Atlanta, Georgia, in the greater Atlanta area, whatever Amaretto will allow us to say, what is Atlanta and what's not. You guys are all welcome. Friday, the 22nd. Cannot wait to get down to ATL, one of my favorite places. Always have a good time out there, Mo.
Love the A. Tickets available now, newrorymall.com. Hope to see y'all soon. Listen up, if you're a renter, I'd start taking advantage of Built if I were you. The thing is, we earn points on groceries, travel, and practically everything else we buy because we're such consumers, but we should also be earning points on rent, one of our biggest monthly expenses. Well, Built changed the game by letting renters earn high-value points on rent and everything around our neighborhoods. There's no cost to join Built, and as a member, you'll earn valuable points on rent and on your everyday spending. Built points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, and even the ones you haven't heard of. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world where you can redeem your Built points toward. Start earning points on rent you're already paying by going to joinbuilt.com/RoryMall. That's JOINBILT.com/RoryMall. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/RoryMall to start earning points on your rent payments today.
No worrying now.
Julius Randle,
Okay.
game winner.
Gotcha. All right. Whew. We can stay in show business. Actually, that's worse. Keep it, Pete. Whatever.
Yo, what's up, man? Fuck you was that, dog? Hey, listen, man.
Listen.
Listen, man. Hold on, because I've been waiting to talk to you, man. Listen, you've been out of town. You've been working. You've been in the studio. Come on,
Greyhound.
You talking to me? You've been in the studio. You've been on TMZ.
They call you Maul Duffels.
Yo, what's up, man? What's
on
going
Vlad.
on with you, man? Yo, what's going
Wait, I was on TV?
TMZ.
TMZ. Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I made the real show, though.
No.
No, I don't think
Harvey wasn't sucking down some water watching me.
They didn't talk about
Most hydrated man in show business.
Yeah. No, they didn't talk about you. Well, what's up, man? How you been? How was LA?
It was good. It was extremely productive. I really was studio, home, chilling with my dad. It was a very productive week.
Oh, Pops was out there with you?
Yeah, he flew out with me.
Oh, that's fine.
He's got surgery this week, so he was trying to get in like all his trips before he got to sit down for a while. So
okay.
Yeah, he came out, and I mean, he was exploring more than I was because I was in the studio for the
Getting
most
some
part.
shrooms, some weed.
He definitely partook. He had never seen like weed shops that look like Walmart. He went like 2 days before me when I landed. He was like, there were so many aisles. I didn't know what to do.
He was in MedMen going crazy.
Took him to Venice Beach in the morning.
Yeah.
Sunrise shit. Yeah, it was
dope, man.
No, it was definitely a good time, and it was super productive. When did LA get good food?
I keep telling you, that's the thing that you started.
Okay, I know real LA has food, but we're tourists. We don't stay in the real LA.
You mad that you can't go get a fucking sandwich from the deli in LA. That's all you
That's
mad
a fact.
at. That's all you mad at. The fact that you can't go get a pastrami and turkey and cheese. That you think LA doesn't have. LA has good food, man.
Speaking of Julius Randle, I can never even get a good
bagel.
Yeah, like even a pastrami on rye on Fairfax, I can't even get a good one.
Yeah.
But I did eat like a king. I was on the other side of the hill. I got put onto a whole bunch of different food spots. I apologize, LA. I'm here humbly to say
LA has good food.
I'm
man.
sorry. You guys do have good food. I was just in West Hollywood eating Saddle Ranch every day.
Yeah, no, that's your food.
Hey,
You like
which is still good food.
That cream
you like
corn
cream
bus.
corn. Yeah, y'all like cream.
That
Y'all
cream
go-
corn.
love
y'all
cream
go-
corn.
Me, y'all go all the way to
That
LA.
cream corn smacks.
Y'all go all the way to LA and can't wait to get cream corn.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking disgusting.
I get it every time.
Comes with the bowl though.
That shit is nasty.
It's like a trough of cream
is-
corn.
Cream corn is like somebody threw up and they was like, "Fuck it, just warm it up." And,
Yeah, I'll take two.
Ugh, that's disgusting. Y'all are crazy.
Just with
What,
dairy.
Baby D? Why you looking at? I don't like cream corn, Baby D. Why you looking at me like that?
It's just the only thing you eat in LA is Saddle Ranch. Like that's just
That's them. That's the whites. You see them? Well, not Julian all the way, but you know, you get it.
Saddle Ranch has good food. It's big
does.
portions too.
No, it's a
Saddle
good
Ranch is-
spot for where you are in West
Saddle
Hollywood.
Ranch is BBQs, man. Cut this
It's
shit.
better than
Not
BBQs.
as well.
The food is better than
It's
BBQs.
better.
They just have a mechanical bull. That's it. It's BBQs.
BBQs should get a mechanical bull.
Y'all would not go to
They
Saddle
would shut
Ranch
down
if they
Times
didn't have
Square.
that
No,
mechanical.
literally. Like it would be way
don't
too much
care
going
about
on
the
there.
bull.
You do care about the bull, Julian. Don't do that.
Damaris rode the bull.
You
Let's
was
talk about
you
who
was
got on the
upset when you
bull.
went there one night and they said the bull is out of order. You was fucking mad. You fought
Damaris walked in and took the hat off the wall and said, "I got next."
Yeah, I did.
before she ordered her food.
I didn't eat there. I just went there and rode the bull.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Oh, you a real psycho. You just went there to ride the bull and walked out?
Well, I went
Which,
there to
by
say
the way,
hi
she
to.
never even told us she was coming to LA. I went,
just
to,
walked
I went to
in.
use the bathroom. I come back out.
She was
She's
on
sitting in
the
my
ball.
bar stool.
They were
What the fuck are you doing
they
here?
were being so weird to me, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
Because
Ooh,
you
the
just
whites?
showed up to LA and didn't tell. Like, all right, you know how weird it would be if you had been in LA all week and one of your closest friends didn't tell you they were coming to LA. You go take a piss, come out, and they're sitting in your seat.
It was.
I was
weird.
waiting. It was like surprise. It's not my birthday.
No. If Rory was out on a birthday trip and I came to LA and didn't tell him, that's different. You were on a work trip. You weren't my friend. You were my boss. So no, I wasn't coming to tell my boss who was working that I was also in the town they were working in. Nah, I ain't here.
Okay,
coulda got
but
a
then
coffee.
you pulled up on us at Saddle Ranch.
Because
we
I
weren't
felt
working.
bad.
Yeah. It's
I
not
was
like,
like,
we,
oh,
it's not like we
okay.
ran into you.
No,
Like,
she just
the
tried to
guilt,
surprise.
drove the
She
GPS
tried to
there?
surprise y'all. That was all.
Oh.
Nah, I just
How you knew they
no,
was
because
there?
Benner found out I was in LA.
Nobody.
So then I knew
Damaris,
found
we
out.
all knew you were
we
in
found
LA.
out.
We knew you were in LA.
because Benner told you.
I didn't.
No,
I had no idea.
we knew you was in LA. We got the call.
Well,
Soon as you landed. Like,
Oh.
Damaris is here. I was like, oh, word, that's what's up. I didn't know she was coming out.
Yeah. When I land, they check in with me.
And then you called me and was like, yo, can I have your room key? Because I want to go to the pool.
Mhm.
I was like, I got you.
that's the only reason she.
That's the only
let us
reason she
know.
called me,
That's how-
because she wanted to go to the pool. That was the only reason she
The
We really
calamari
just let
is
Damaris get that
amazing.
bar off.
Yeah.
When I land, they check in with me. The 60s check in to see if they're okay.
Yeah. Make sure everything's
On
good.
60th?
See if the big homie need the corner.
Oh, man. That's
Anyways.
hilarious.
Can I tell you guys the most narcissistic thought I had on the plane to LA?
One of them? Okay.
I don't have a lot of those. My head is a mess. I suffer from insecurities. Furthest thing from a narcissist.
Yeah. I get
Whatever the opposite is. The last time I took a week off, sort of, was when Kendrick and Drake went back and forth for a whole week.
Yeah, you
And
need
I was
to
like-
go from that.
I would like, it would be just my fucking luck for Kendrick, Cole, everyone to just drop this week.
Mhm.
So then I started thinking, well, you know what? The culture can thank me because they're going to get something big this week because I decided to take a week off.
Mhm.
Nothing happened. I do nothing for the culture.
Everything was
The
normal.
culture was completely
Yeah,
fine.
everything was okay.
Then I was kind of upset. Like, damn, I wish something would have happened.
Nah. Well, some shit did happen.
What happened?
It wasn't that too crazy, but some shit happened.
What happened?
Well, I mean, since the last time we sat down, Baby D, Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight happened.
Yeah. Yeah, that happened.
That wasn't big shit.
That
at
wasn't
all.
the culture. That was,
Yeah,
It was
like,
big
I
shit.
apologize.
It
if I had
was
something
big,
to
it
do with
was
that.
one of the most watched sporting events ever.
It sure
It
was.
was big shit. Let's keep it in perspective. The outcome wasn't what we expected or what we thought was going to happen.
The intro, middle, the entire thing wasn't.
Listen, man, the lead up, all them. Hey, Mike, them videos you was posting working out, man. What happened, man? I just want to know what happened.
well, Mike got sick and was and was hospitalized.
That's something that I factored in.
July.
I factored that in.
For
I
sure.
said I don't know. We don't know exactly. I watched the they had like a three episode series, Tyson-Paul on Netflix. Watched that, and they kind of documented when he had, I think, an ulcer.
Yeah,
I think he had.
something like that.
So I factored that in. I said maybe health wise, 58 years old, you know, that I've never, thank God, had to deal with an ulcer. So I don't know what that does physically. I'm
Mhm.
sure it affects you.
Survivor of AIDS.
Yeah. Well, Mike is, listen, he's a living legend, man.
The best thing we got before we do get to the fight was the intro to this, which, I mean, it's a Tyson fight, and he's notorious for having amazing rollouts for his fights.
Mhm.
So within 1 week, we got Mike explaining what death and legacy was to a 10-year-old.
Loved it.
And then
Listen.
doubling down once I thought the interview was over.
Oh,
She calmly asked him such a nice, like, you know, and Jazz, she's an amazing interviewer.
Yeah,
I
I
think
like
she's going to go on to do great, great things.
Mhm.
I'm sure a nice question that her management, parents, everyone was like, just ask him this. Mike, he's 60 years old. He's a deep guy now. He takes Toad. He probably has a really good question about, you know, what legacy is to him and what this means for the rest of his life. He's got kids.
Mm.
You know, he'll probably get into like some real reflective shit. And he
Mhm.
said, nah, we're going to die and it doesn't matter. Death.
Yeah.
Just think about death. You're in the dirt. Stop thinking about your life because you're going to die.
Yeah.
10-year-old.
Did he not?
She had nightmares that night.
Did he lie?
No.
Exactly.
He looked like he was ready to die in that ring.
Well, I mean,
Okay, we're not gonna be disrespectful.
I'm not
He-
disrespecting.
he
He,
didn't
never
look like
should
he was
have taken
gonna
that fight.
die
It was
in that.
fucking awful. That was a
I
stupid
agree it
ass
was awful.
fight.
At no point did Mike look like he was
No,
about to
if,
keel over and die.
Jake being at least having some level of decency and respect, knew to lay off all the gas and just coast that out until the very end. He could have killed him.
I'm also pretty sure, which I think I said this when we first found out this fight was happening, that there was a clause in the contract that neither one of them
That he
knock the
can't
other-
get touched.
that neither one of them can get knocked, that can knock each other out.
well, they're saying that there was clauses that it had to go at least 6 rounds, in order for Mike to get the full 20 million. There couldn't be Mike couldn't throw uppercuts.
You couldn't throw punches.
I think he couldn't throw uppercuts. Just some other shit. I don't know how true that is, but there's some things came out contractually.
So Who Kid actually broke the news, said he talked to one of the Paul brothers. And whether you guys want to laugh and say Who Kid being a source is funny, if you're of a certain age, you actually know Who Kid has been reliable for a lot of gossip for the last 20 fucking years.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been right every time. Mm-hmm. Said he spoke to one of the Paul brothers, and there was a clause in there that they couldn't even really go at each other like that at all.
Yeah.
Everything we saw on the screen makes sense to whatever that clause could be. Which, listen, I'm happy that both these gentlemen got money, especially Mike, because he's overdue for what they did to the Cold Crush. I'm happy anytime Mike Tyson gets money. I think Jake Paul might have just ruined this amazing genre that he created. Not that he needs this money anymore per se. I'm sure he could retire now with the $30 million that he made. But who?
40, don't show it.
My apologies.
Yeah, don't show him that 10. He need that down.
And first of all, with the Paul brothers, 40 mil is just wiping their ass for that shit.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to care about another one of these fights again?
No.
Like, it's done. I feel like they killed the genre.
You already have...
No one's going to go into any of these not exhibition fights and give a fuck. We know what's going to happen. I don't care anymore.
Well, real fighters have called... Tank Davis called out Jake Paul.
Jake ain't gonna fight Tank.
Of course not.
Some other... that I would pay for.
The current light heavyweight champion said he'd fight Jake, which to me, that's a fight worth watching. If the current light heavyweight champion...
I will never watch another Jake Paul.
The only way
I would watch that one. I'm not watching him fight another old man. It's like I'm good on like these legacy fights.
I have respect for what both these brothers did with this genre and how they made boxing. They brought boxing to another level when it definitely needed it, even if it is amateur and sort of a mockery. I'm never going to watch another one of their fights unless they come out during the rollout and say, hey, that Mike Tyson shit, we put in the clause that we were never going to go at each other. That fight was a hoax and bullshit. This one isn't. Look at the fine print. I'm fighting this guy. Then I'll watch a Jake Paul fight.
I'm done. I'm kind of off the... We got to remember, Jake Paul is a YouTube... He's a streamer. This
he's
is
a
like
content creator.
He's a content creator. So, I mean, he's created content big enough to get in the ring with Mike Tyson. Mm. His brother created it enough to get in the ring. Didn't Logan fight Floyd?
Yeah.
Floyd.
Like, so, you know, they set out to do something that they probably never thought they could do. And they did that. They made a shitload of money. This fight was one of the most watched sporting events in history. They broke Netflix. Netflix wasn't even working after a while.
That's the biggest loser in all of this. Netflix, get your shit together. They look crazy.
And they better before they have Beyonce performing on Christmas.
And was it a troll on Twitter? Am I getting charged an extra $20 at the end of the month because I clicked that shit?
I don't think
they would have to alert you of that. That's probably.
I thought maybe that was in some fine print I didn't know about.
When they go on Facebook and say, retweet this or else your page gets deleted.
Here goes my naive ass. Oh shit. Gotta retweet
this was really difficult. Just back to like the actual fight itself. It was really difficult to watch. Like it wasn't a fun watch at all.
It wasn't. It was the
really
biggest
painful.
waste of free Delta Wi-Fi that I've ever used in my life. But the only punch that I feel like counted was Tyson's slap during the weigh-in. So to me, Tyson won the whole fight.
Well, that was the part that was, again, all marketing.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
That sold it. They even did, like I said, 3-episode series on Netflix, kind of like, you know, just to sell a fight leading up to it. Everything was there. Everything was there. Mike was putting out videos throughout the year, training, getting into shape.
Yeah, he looked like Ben Simmons.
He looked fast. He looked sharp. Then again, he did get sick. So again, we got to factor that in. But you can see it. One move of Mike did his signature, you know, side to side duck and come up with the left hook. You could tell like he held it back, and even Jake saw that he could get an open shot, and he jumped back and kind of like
he's like, I'm
chill.
He just knew that muscle memory, like that would have been the shot that would have put him to sleep. And
this was on page 3 of our contract.
Yeah, you could tell Mike held back and didn't let that left hook go. And then Mike caught him with a straight left jab one point, knocked him back. It was just a basic jab and knocked Jake back on his feet. So you could tell that Mike still has the power. He still can land punches. But obviously, this was a fight where certain things just weren't allowed. Like Jake Paul would have gotten seriously hurt if Mike would have let his hands loose and hit him with uppercut.
That's where I disagree with Julian. Yeah, towards the end of the fight, a 60-year-old man lost some gas in the last 3 rounds.
Jake would have.
If there was no clause in the first 3 rounds, I think this is a different fight. I don't think Jake beats the brakes off him. I think it's
Tyson landed 18 punches.
He didn't throw
this
many.
Structure where you have to go 6 rounds.
You can still fight. He watched his feet. I'm
Neither
not even
of them
talking about
fought.
his hands.
We've
You
seen
guys
Jake
watched the
Paul fight before. He's not a bad fighter. He didn't fight.
He was flat-footed and could hardly like catch him. It was hard to watch. It was like, why is this guy doing this? I get it. There's money. I get all that. Like, I know why he's doing it. But I'm saying it like to think that the marketing behind this made this even a fair fight. You're looking at a 27-year-old kid in his prime versus a nearly 60-year-old man that just got out the hospital. What the fuck are we talking about?
The 60-year-old man went 8 rounds. Was 8 rounds?
Yeah, because they danced for fucking 34 minutes,
last
whatever
5
it was.
rounds.
He took some hits. He threw some hits. I mean,
he did enough to survive the fight, but it was a joke of a show.
No, but that's what we got that part. We understand that this was
Jake could have killed him. That's all I'm saying.
And to me, the only reputation that got tainted was Jake's and not Mike.
I don't think
Jake was very nice. And I have
very
few nice things to say about this kid, but he was very nice with how he handled this fight.
Jake could not kill Mike Tyson.
All right.
Jake doesn't hit hard enough to kill Mike Tyson.
I don't think he could have killed him.
Mike Tyson has been hit by George Foreman.
Yeah,
he's been hit by Lennox Lewis. It doesn't matter. Like,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
These guys aren't made. They're humans. Bodies deteriorate. He's nearly 60. He can barely walk in the ring.
You're right. But what I'm saying is, when you're a fighting machine like Mike Tyson and able to get your body, Mike was in shape. Mike ain't going there looking crazy. Mike was in there cut up. Still had his size to him.
Yeah, but his legs
are just gone.
Cheeks was sitting.
The legs were gone.
Yeah, his legs were not in a good position.
Listen, man, I just know that Mike had to. It's either all or nothing with Mike. He don't know how to go in there and give half a fight. Like, it took a lot for him not to let his hands go.
Contractually, he did.
Yeah, no contractual, but I'm just saying he could have broke that contract and let his hands loose.
And that's why I can't really critique either of these fighters, knowing that there was a clause that they were not allowed to fight in a fight.
Exactly.
And Mike is worse at not fighting than Jake Paul is at not fighting.
Right.
Should we put it that way?
No, Mike doesn't know how to not fight.
Yeah.
He's been fighting his whole life. He doesn't know how to not fight. He knew that this was obviously, this is a fixed fight. It's just for entertainment. I can't go in here and really hurt this kid, even though I feel like he could have. Clearly, you look at some of the highlights. Mike didn't let his hands loose when he had wide open shots to let his hands.
I mean, Jake's hands were beneath his waist for more than half the fight. Like, he was dropping his hands. Like, he was because
he know punch is not coming.
All right.
Well, let's just. I feel like we're all saying the same thing, but in different ways.
Jake would have killed him. Okay. That's what I'm saying.
No,
we watched it. He could have.
Nobody killed Mike in their prime.
What? You're talking about shit that happened in the fucking 90s.
And Jake Paul's not stronger than
Mike.
And Jake Paul's not strong. You think Jake Paul hits harder than George Foreman?
60-year-old man when
Do
they
you
get hit
think
is
Jake
probably
Paul
gonna get
hits
slapped?
harder than George Foreman?
You're talking about shit like
I'm talking about not being able to kill him. I'm talking about not being able to kill him, bro. That's what I'm speaking to.
Because Mike was in his prime. Yes, if 27-year-old Mike took a hit from George Foreman, he probably wouldn't go down. Cool. Yeah, I agree with you there.
And do you think George Foreman hits harder? Do you think George Foreman hits harder than Jake Paul has ever hit in his life?
Mike also wasn't 58 fighting George Foreman.
I'm asking you a question. Do you think George Foreman hits harder?
But these aren't hypotheticals that make any sense. Let's talk about what just happened.
They are. He's still a fighter, bro. Just because he's 58 doesn't mean he can't take a punch.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Let's agree.
Are you kidding me? He can take a punch.
Let's agree to disagree. Yes, he can
ain't no agreeing to disagree. He wouldn't have killed Mike Tyson is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm not agreeing with that. No, he would not have. He does not have the capability. This is not Nate Robinson he's fighting. Nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is Mike Tyson.
It's worse.
No, I'm saying it's worse for Mike. If Mike were to fight Nate, obviously, yeah, whatever.
Listen, man, Mike is not dying at Jake.
Look at this foot. Come on, bro. What are you guys talking about?
Yes, Jake Paul is better at not fighting than Mike Tyson is at not fighting.
Just rewatch it. I don't know. Well, you guys are holding on to this glimmer of this Iron Mike facade. I get it. He was that guy.
Iron Mike facade? He's fighting a YouTuber.
Guy.
We know what time it is.
That guy.
He's a 6-year-old fighting a YouTuber. Old. What Iron?
He's 58
no, it's not Iron
years
Mike.
old.
That's Wi-Fi Mike. That's dial-up Mike right there. You think I have Iron Mike Tyson in my head during this entire thing? No, a 6-year-old man is getting a bag from a YouTuber that turned into be a pretty good amateur fighter.
All right.
I commend it. But to know that there was more than likely a clause that no one's fighting, I can't critique either of them in this. And no, I don't think if we were going 3 rounds, Mike's 60 years old with no clause whatsoever, that's a completely different fucking fight. Jake Paul has never seen the angle 6-year-old Mike Tyson could do. Ever in his life. It's a way different fight.
Kick it, cuz.
Jake Paul has never seen a Mike Tyson's angle in his life. How do we feel about the intros?
Loved it.
Worst intro I've ever seen in my life.
That shit was awful.
You didn't like Jake and Logan.
I literally wrote in the group chat, "This is the worst intro I've ever seen in my life."
It was very much like suburban white kids getting some money to do an intro.
But wasn't that,
And, like,
I mean,
calling it hip-hop.
wasn't the whole thing for Jake's intro, wasn't that Mike's song? Like,
Yeah.
I get it. Like, isn't that cool?
I wasn't mad at the car thing. It was cheesy, but I think respectfully, they're both cheesy. And I think that's why they've been successful, because they have no problem being cheesy on the internet. So yeah, they cheesed it up.
Nah, Mike turned around after he hugged his son, kissed his son, and them cheeks was out. That's when I knew what it was gonna be. I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna go the way we think. Mike
You
in the
keep
locker
saying
room.
we, Ma. I meant to ask you, what's so crazy? I meant to text you right before the fight happened and say, hey, did you put your bet in? Because I remember you were saying that you didn't want to bet against Paul because you thought everybody was going to bet against Paul. And I'm
It
like,
wasn't
I don't.
enough pay. It wasn't enough of a payout. Like if I would have took Mike, it wasn't. You probably won 500. If I'd have put 1,000, I think I would have won 1,500 or something like that. So it's like it wasn't really.
But the
Gotta
odds,
get that
yeah,
cold steak.
you keep saying it's different from what we all thought. You're one of the only people who thought that Mike was going to win that fight. Most people didn't think that Mike was going to win that fight.
Nah, people thought Mike was going to win.
There
that
were
fight.
some people, but you weren't in the majority. Like when you kept
I think it
saying
was
that,
pretty
like
split 50-50 on how people thought this was going to go.
maybe
No,
it's because
you know
my
what?
algorithms are younger. I didn't see anybody saying that Mike was going to win that fight.
It was 40, and then there was the other 10% that I think were like, we don't even know what the rules are, so how could we even gauge what this fight's going to be? But
Listen, based off that training that we saw Mike doing, Mike he ain't throw one of those combos yet. Not one. That's when you just got to know, like, all right, they had to sell a fight. They did all of that, show Mike getting into shape. The win was Mike getting into shape, being able to go 8 rounds. Like to me, after that was the win. It was like, all right, Mike, you at 58, you got back in shape. You look great walking in the ring.
I think that's what Mike, the reason for Mike doing it, because it could have been for money. Obviously, $20 million is a lot of money outside of all the sponsorships and shit he probably got. But I think it was more mentally for Mike to prove to himself that he could get into that type of shape. And
It was a personal thing. He had
Definitely.
the ulcer, come back from that, being in the hospital. So it became personal. Mike just wanted to see if he can get his body back to some type of condition to where he could.
he was in pretty good shape for the Roy Jones exhibition, but then obviously the
He looked
issue-
better this fight, though, I think.
I think so too.
Yeah.
No, I mean not in the ring, but as far as physically.
Physically, yeah.
You know, my algorithms are kind of crazy with the conspiracy shit. So I definitely had a few tweets saying that the ass thing was Mike's humiliation ritual to get into the Illuminati. And Mike would have been in the Illuminati years ago. I don't think he's trying to get in the alumni chapter at this point, but what would be y'all like humiliation? I can never say that word correctly. Ritual.
Do it again.
I would have
humiliation.
I would have to do OnlyFans.
That's humiliation.
You're not humiliated.
For me, I would be humiliated to get fucked on camera for the world to see.
You don't have to get fucked on camera.
Like, what the fuck are we talking about?
There's different levels of OnlyFans.
Okay, well, that's what I was talking about, the fucked on camera kind.
I feel like for the Illuminati to at
Showing
least
feet.
consider it in the application, it'd have to be with someone consensually that you, but also wouldn't want to have sex with. Like you have to do it so you consent, but it's with someone that would be embarrassing to have sex with. That'd be the only way I think they'd start to, put you through the vetting process. If all you have to do is show your cheeks on Netflix, the Illuminati is crowded.
Mike at that I don't give a fuck age, man. He gonna walk around letting the whole, how many million people watch that fight?
Too many.
They all saw Mike ass that night. Mike ain't give a fuck. He in the
That
locker room,
AIDS thing sent me to the moon. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen.
60 million households watched.
Even when we talked to Mike years ago on his podcast, like that's how Mike talks now. It shocked me in what exactly he was saying, but when the quote ended with Mike Tyson, I was like, oh, that checks out.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, he was saying that a lot of his friends are dead and, he feels weird about the entire thing, especially because one of his friends died of AIDS and that friend and him fucked the same girl at the same time, raw, and he got the AIDS and Mike didn't get the AIDS.
Iron Mike.
So,
The dick being
That's
iron
God-
is crazy.
that's God telling you you're here for a reason.
to fight Jake Paul.
Because he got hit like I got hit.
But he ain't fucking, wow.
And so you don't even know the connection between 50 and Mike that goes even deeper. Like, what was 50 really talking about?
Wow.
We know what 50
Bragging about.
Why is everybody saying wow? Like we know
No,
what the
I'm
fuck-
saying wow that he said that line to that AIDS thing. That was fucking crazy.
Hamo was Mike's friend, so you don't even know.
Bragging about skirting the AIDS, but your homie dies is crazy.
Yo.
And again, I don't want to like make light of that situation whatsoever. But like, imagine you getting that news from your man. It's like, yo, remember like when we rawed that chick together? And of course you're like, yeah, of course, bro. Like that was our thing.
That was our thing.
Like, when you
That was a regular
when
Wednesday.
you run into a friend and like y'all reminisce on some fun times, like, damn man, we was wilding back then. Yo, I got AIDS though. Come again? You have what?
Did she die of AIDS too?
He didn't
Yeah,
get
that's what
that
he
far
said.
into
He said-
detail.
No,
I
he
thought,
said they both died.
okay, I thought he.
Damn. Woo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Mike
What do you
could have
think?
won
What do
that
you think
fight.
those 3 days of like waiting for those results would be like?
I think Mike was at the gym. I don't think he really cared.
Knowing Mike, he found out like 20 years later and never even got tested.
Yeah.
Just like, damn.
Damn, that's crazy. I'm good.
Yeah.
If you don't get tested,
I'm
you don't got
good.
it. You don't get tested, you don't got it.
That is true. That is actually a scientific fact.
Yeah.
You cannot have an STD if you do not get
Mhm.
tested for it.
Maul doesn't want to talk about this, but I'm going to force the transition. Do you guys think in this era of influencers teetering into professional sports and kind of making a lane out of it, do you think that could happen on the
I think
Olympic
that they're
level?
banking on us being stupid, just like the Paul brothers. did.
Well, this is the difference. With the Olympic level, this is different because you can't fake the Olympics.
He's not making the Olympics.
You could try.
Of course he can try. He's not making it.
Speed is an incredible athlete. We'll never take that away
For
from him.
streamers, yes.
For sure. I mean, even whether or not. But the Olympics is not even the percentage of the NBA or the NFL. It is the smallest percentage of human beings on Earth that can make it. It's 0.0001
Mhm.
that make it. Only 6 people can make it to the finals in the entire world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with no. If that comes off as a hater, prove me wrong.
No, this is content, man. This is create content. I'm gonna race Noah Lyles. Noah Lyles is not running full out against what's his name? IShowSpeed. What is his name? Speed.
Yeah, speed.
Speed. He's not
Built
running-
a name built for the Olympics.
He's not running. Noah Lyles is not running full out versus this
Mhm.
content.
They did a 50-meter
course.
dash, and it was fairly close.
Noah Lyles is jogging.
It was looking at.
He's
it. What are you
literally
talking about?
jogging.
He's laughing at the
Yeah,
end.
that
Like,
means he's hitting
Are you
high
kidding
knees. Look at his form break at the end.
Yeah.
Wait,
listen, and I commend Speed though, because he's closer than I ever would be, even in my top shape of track next to Noah Lyles. So I commend him, but nah, man, the Olympics that's a different monster. Noah
Yeah.
Lyles is a different monster. Like, he was having some fun.
He sat on a panel over the weekend and said that he hopes to participate in the 100-meter dash in 2028, which would be in LA, which he could probably set up his whole live stream. They could probably run the 100-meter dash at Kai Cenat's house,
In the basement.
the final.
You can
damn, Kai's still streaming?
30 days.
Yeah.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
going for your
He
numbers.
got everybody at his stream. I was looking, I'm like, why is Ari and G Herbo's son on Kai's stream? He just on there doing anything. I think they pierced G Herbo's son's ear on stream, on live. I'm like,
That's
what the
cute.
hell? It's cute.
They almost doxed the JabbaWockeez. That was hilarious to me.
What do you mean almost doxed?
One of Kai's friends took off one of their masks and he ran into the room so no one could see him.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it was a thing. They were trying to do this dance. I don't know if this is the exact clip when they were trying to get it, which was
No,
cool
that's
and
not the
cute.
clip.
But then at one point, Kai's mans grabs one of their masks and throws it off.
Why would
Which
you
is-
do that, little ignorant YN?
I mean, I think it was probably in the contract as well. Because he ran away too swiftly after the mask came off. But,
Yeah.
let's not ruin the fun for what.
So we
truth
never
is.
found out who the JabbaWockeez were. I didn't know that they were still like anonymous. I thought they were like her and like eventually like it came out.
I assume that,
It's just a
It just-
dance. It's a dance group. They just
yeah, I'm
switch out
sure
dances.
sometimes it's a completely different 10.
It's probably like the Blue Man Group, where it's like there's no face behind the movement. It's just the unit all represents the same thing. So like they can do, like the Blue Man Group could do a show in New York and then a show in Chicago on the same night.
Is that really how they work?
Yeah,
Blue Man Group?
Yeah. I think they have
That's
like
fucked up.
a rotating touring group, but it's like yeah, I think there's like, some guys but there's like a per show, I don't know, say there's like 8 blue men that go out there per show.
Blue Men.
And say like the starting roster, 1 or 2 are not
Yeah.
available. They have reserves that they pull up.
I mean, I respect it, but that's a full group and collective. Like when MF Doom was doing it, I respected it way more. You're one guy and just sending a whole nother guy with your mask on.
And people know it's not you. Like, they're
And
still going.
Doom was so genius. His fans got more excited when they got to see the fake Doom show. 'Cause they just saw history like,
Yeah.
yo, I was at the Doom show when it wasn't Doom.
Yeah, it wasn't Doom.
That's a different type of psychological warfare that you're doing with
That's
your
when you
fans.
got him. That's when you got
Your
him.
fans get excited when you don't show up.
I'm not there. That's
Bro,
when you
I
got
wish
him.
I would go to a Beyonce show. That's the fake Beyonce. And I get excited. I will be pissed. Oh my God.
Who would be the fake Beyonce?
I don't even know.
Carrie Olsen?
Probably.
We're not doing that.
I was joking. I love Carrie.
We're not doing
Miss
that.
Carrie, baby, what are you talking about?
No. I know what I'm
No,
talking about.
sing it. Sing it. Sing it. Don't
Don't
say it.
ask me what I'm talking about. What are you
I can't hit those notes.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
I love Miss Carrie, baby.
Yeah, Fred Armisen was in the Blue Man Group for briefly.
No way.
It's a random fact that I love. Yeah, he was one of the drummer guys.
That's hilarious. Is
Speaking
that how
of-
he got his start?
Yeah, it was before. I believe before he did SNL, he was in the Blue Man Group,
That's random
which
as
is
fuck.
crazy.
That's one of those really weird Snapple facts that you'd have to return your Snapple. Like, nah. Give me a real
I
one.
want my money back.
Did you guys watch the Bill Burr SNL?
Oh, I assumed you guys maybe talked about that. You guys didn't get into it?
No.
No.
Oh.
We waited for you, doppelganger.
I texted Rory immediately. I was like, ugh.
All right. You know, I rarely.
This
Really?
SNL put the straps on them.
Okay.
SNL put the
I'm
straps.
going to come in
think
and try to
so.
be
They
objective.
put the straps.
I've
don't
never
think
said a
so.
bad word about Bill Burr in my entire
They
life,
put the straps on.
but I have to be
I-
objective and real. It was tough to even get through 7 minutes of Bill Burr,
Yeah.
which is
Hey, yo.
okay. Cool. All right. I'll accept it. Just don't find me like LaMelo. No homo. It was tough to get through Bill Burr on a Saturday night. I kind of want to go with your theory. I hope to God
They
that
put
Bill
the
Burr
straps.
had a completely different monologue at dress rehearsals
Absolutely.
and then came in and was like, nah. Because it felt like he was just freestyling and pulling from incomplete bits that didn't even connect to the other
Yeah.
thing, and no ideas
It
were
was
really
bad.
fleshed out. Remember when we were talking weeks ago when it was announced? I was like,
Mhm.
I can't see Bill Burr taking the election night thing. It's too much pressure. It feels like something he just want to leave alone and not have to get into the, no pun intended, the politics of that entire thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If he's doing it, he must have like the tightest 3 minutes ever about this shit and
Mhm.
can't wait to do it. It's okay. You keep saying pause.
I'm
trying to add to it. That was like
Tightest
bad.
3
Like, what did he do all week?
No, I'm telling you, it's SNL, the writers, the producers over there. I just feel like because we know Bill Burr and we've seen him. He's got classic stand-ups, classic bits. This just felt like the higher ups were like, "Yo, certain things we cannot say, we cannot do. We're not doing that." Like that has to be the only reason. There's no way Bill Burr went out there with his material, with his set, and this was it. Like I feel like he had to kind of like call an audible last minute and just had to switch things up because this wasn't the Bill Burr that we know, not at all. I'm
And
sorry.
I'm not sure exactly how SNL works throughout the week. I mean, I've heard other podcasts and other writers and, you know, Kenan Thompson and stuff. They write for 2 days, then they do rehearsals Wednesday, shoot the stuff that's not live
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, Friday, they do a full rehearsal. I don't know if they do the monologue.
They don't cuff the monologue,
So why?
especially for a stand-up comedian. They never cuff. There's no way anyone said, Bill Burr, you can't do A, B, C, and D. This is what he prepared. This is it.
Okay, so
I
that's
don't
not
believe that.
that's not entirely true because the only monologue you cannot find on SNL's page
Dave Chappelle.
anywhere is when Chappelle was discussing
Yeah,
post
of course.
Kanye West, Hitler, Jewish stuff. That was completely taken off their site. They
Mhm.
also had plenty of jokes about child molesters. Those all stayed.
Mm-hmm.
But when Chappelle was talking about a certain group, it was, you know, it's fine. They have
But
the
they-
N-word.
they-
The N-word's up there too, by the way.
Yeah. No,
Oh.
No, but they can.
So,
they can.
but
All
Chappelle tricked them. Let me finish my thought. Chappelle did a completely different monologue during the dress rehearsals.
Mhm.
And then, because he didn't want Lauren Michaels or anyone saying anything about what he was about to discuss,
Mm-hmm.
then they went live and he did a whole different monologue. So to me, I don't know if Lauren and them are scared now of comics like Bill Burr that have that type of intellect level and that type of talent. We need to know every last word you're going to say. And maybe in dress rehearsals, they weren't feeling what he was saying. So he was like, fuck, in 1 hour, I have to go freestyle this then.
Yeah. Whatever it was, I don't think that this is a set that Bill Burr prepared. There's obviously something that was off. We've never seen a Bill Burr set like this and all felt like that was bad. This is the first time that's ever. I mean, if y'all know of one that happened before that I may have missed,
I'm
let me
pretty
know.
well
But this is the
versed
first
in-
time I think everybody saw Bill Burr and was like,
what
that
the
was-
fuck?
Yeah, that didn't really land.
Some of the sketches were we're good. I mean, obviously his monologue last time was incredible. And I think pretty much every sketch he was in on the last one was amazing.
Mhm.
There were some okay ones, hit or
Yeah.
misses. I like the Buffalo Wild Wings coming off the October beer shit from the last one. The dad calls. There was a few that were funny, but I don't know. It was a weird night that I was looking forward to. Maybe he'll discuss it on his podcast, but
He didn't say anything yet?
not that I've seen, and not that I know Bill Burr, but as someone that's been a huge fan of his for a very long time, he pretty much holds shit down.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever know why that happened.
There's probably a contract that too.
But he's also just not one of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not somebody that has ever, I can remember like making excuses or like giving explanations on what happened and why this happened and things like that. He's
Yeah.
never really done that.
So I don't know. I also didn't see many people even talking about it, period. Like, let alone backlash. I thought the whole timeline was gonna be like, yo, this Burr shit is awful.
Mhm.
I didn't even see anyone discussing it.
Yeah, it's one of those things you see it happen and you're like,
Whoa.
okay.
respect him too much. I'm just gonna shut
Yeah,
the
I'm just
fuck
gonna
up.
act like I didn't see that and watch something else now.
Yeah, it was very tough to get.
Still one of my favorite comedians.
Oh, I mean, come on. 6 minutes doesn't erase
Nah,
an amazing 20-year
No.
career. But
absolutely not.
when Julian hit me, we had the exact same sentiments. Whoa.
Yeah,
Yikes.
that was tough.
That was yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, me and Julian were definitely down after that monologue, but I know what made Julian very, very excited.
You know what makes
made
him
me
tick?
up.
Made
Made
him
him
cream
perk
in his
up.
jeans.
Oh.
Cream corn.
Cream made him cream
creamy
corn.
Makes sense.
Oh man.
J. Cole announced that he'll be podcasting sort of in an audio adventure journey, Oregon Trail, pick your own adventure Sims game. That's what I took from his post. J. Cole and E will be running through the history of Cole's career in an audio excursion. They didn't fully say what it was. Cole came out on his IG and said he didn't even know what it was. So they're just calling it an audio adventure.
It's an unstructured podcast. That's what it's giving.
That's what I thought too. Like audiobook meets podcasting.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be really cool. Eve and Cole are great storytellers.
They are.
I'm excited for this. Sorry, podcast fans. I'm not here to hate on this at all. I'm going to enjoy every episode. I'm sure of it. It is funny, though. Word to Elliott Wilson that Kendrick has all these guys reminiscing on their careers to remind us how good they were. How come Elliott got killed for that? Was I the only one that found that joke funny?
Yeah.
After 100 gigs, and that,
Small's reaction.
all of a sudden now everyone wants to reminisce and show us how.
Yeah.
I mean, Puff's kids are doing it for Puff and for different reasons, but I mean, it is nice that artists are controlling their story. That is what I really do appreciate. I can't speak. Appreciate about this. Same way we said about 100
artists not
gigs.
always control their story.
No,
Well, artists the caliber of J. Cole and Drake.
there
No.
was.
Do you think Drake and J. Cole don't control their story?
Maul, I grew up on VH1 Storytellers.
I'm asking
That
do you-
same guy's voice, who I don't even know. We still don't know who the fuck that was. That might have been the first AI voice.
Cool.
Artists never got to control their story.
All right, cool.
They're not the hero of
Behind the
journey.
music, never.
Cool. I'm asking you, do you think Drake and J. Cole don't control their
But
voice?
that's not what he said.
Yeah, no.
What he said was, I'm happy that artists are now controlling their story because in the past,
Okay, and
Yo,
I'm asking you,
old
has
artists-
You don't remember?
when has Drake and J. Cole not controlled their story?
okay, so I don't think you're
Yeah, I think you're
comprehending.
missing
I am
what I'm saying.
comprehending. I'm asking you, when has Drake and J. Cole not controlled their story? Tell me a time.
I
when they
don't
haven't
know it.
controlled
I don't know the doc outside of an album rollout that was specific to the album that they have ever done because they were still coming up. They're just now veterans where they could do the history of their careers on their own time instead of VH1 Behind the Music where they would get 30 press people that had never met these people whatsoever and be like, a source told me that this happened. They would just have talking heads that didn't even know those artists.
That's never going to stop, though, no matter who the artist is. You're going to have outlets.
No,
that are gonna
of course.
create stories
And
say
mind
whatever
you,
they want.
I'm also fine with other people doing docs on other people. Like, I think Cootie doing the genius shit, even though Kanye sort of had a hand in it, Cootie telling that story was really cool to me. But I also like when artists are able to tell their own story because they were the only ones that were actually there the entire time. And this isn't like an interview where you need hard-hitting questions. This is just their story and their come up. So I'd rather Drake give us 100 gigs so he can show us exactly what happened that day, rather than someone that happened to know Boy Wonder's sister could go to VH1 and then get an AI voice to be like, well, then Drake cut this today. And he was really down that day. I like this. I want Eve and Cole to tell us about St. John's. I don't need another Netflix doc to tell me that. They were in that dorm room.
I'm just trying
Not
to figure out
Netflix.
when they wasn't able to do that. I mean,
They haven't been at a
literally-
point in their career to do the history of they're veterans now. They weren't veterans before.
And he also
But-
never said that they weren't doing. He never said
Yeah,
that they didn't
yeah.
do it before. He's just saying artists these days are able to do that. Where in the past, back in the day, the legends that we have were not able to tell their own story. The documentary.
The closest thing I had to Kanye shit before he started controlling his narrative was pictures of the car accident that everyone had already seen of his face swollen, and then some guy from VH1 telling us about it because he was reading an article from the LA Times that day.
I just think
That's all I got from the come up stories, unless Kanye was talking on Last Call. Like I didn't
just
know the
think that
stories,
It's different now with social media. You kind of get the artist's story daily.
but in like a,
Some of these
a
artists
doc form.
post. No, not in doc form. I mean, documentaries have been around forever, but I'm just saying I think that this is a long form, just what they would post on socials, what they would post on their story, their IG. I like it. I'm not mad at it, but when you say I'm glad that they're able to, I feel like a guy like J. Cole and Drake have always been able to
But here's the
document
difference.
their own story.
Nobody.
There's
cared
a big
before.
difference between if
Nobody
he were to
cared?
post. What?
When I'm saying nobody, it's not that nobody cared. What I meant by that is they're at legendary status now. It's the same thing with Rory, like with Elliot's joke. Like, yeah, everybody is trying to go through their careers. Yeah, because now they're like heading towards the later portion of their career. Nobody wants to hear about your story when you're in the middle of your prime, or like when you're like nobody. We want you to be a legend before we want to really, really hear about.
Yeah,
your
and
story.
Cole, it's very back to narcissism. If you are doing docs about your career and you're like 2 albums in, that's very narcissistic.
Lil Baby
Cole-
did something like that.
Cole is
Yeah,
now.
probably.
I actually really like that Baby doc. I don't think it was about his career
It's more about
in
his
life, like legendary status. It was really just where he was at currently
Okay, that's good.
from the early days to now. But Cole, this being his quote unquote last album, The Fall Off, I think it makes sense to do something like this. And let's say Lights Please came out in 2024 and he was able to post the video of him making it. Cool. I think it's different when someone 20 years later can look back at that footage and now have a different perspective of Lights Please at that time, rather than them just posting it and us being able to see it.
Yeah,
I think it's
didn't he give us
way
something
cooler.
didn't he give us a documentary for Forest Hills?
Yeah, but it was more so about that specific house and what it meant.
It was about around the album.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Come Up was one of his first mixtapes.
Yeah,
at
but
St. John's.
to Rory's point, this chronicalizes his whole career. That doc, which was great for the 24 Hills one, was specific just to that time period, that album. A little bit of history because, yeah, like the home being significant to his childhood, but that was all wrapped around the theme of the album. This is going to be his whole career.
I'm excited for this. I like this form of audio doc type shit where you are adding in old clips. Like, to me, I think it's going to be like Serial, but Cole's life.
Yeah.
And no dead bodies.
And what we were saying briefly before we recorded, like just as someone that's spent time more with Ebe, not so much Cole, but just Ebe alone is a great storyteller. So I'm really excited to see the two of them go through these times together and kind of reminisce.
And Cole has been private, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, he's definitely given us a lot of information, but probably not at the clip of most artists his age or younger. I would love to hear about certain aspects of his come up, and from the Come Up to Lights Please, which changed everything for him. That went to Jay, to the Come Up project, to then really being signed, trying to find a first single with Who That. Like, I think that's going to be having a revamp because nothing was working and going back to mixtapes with Friday Night Lights. I think it's going to be an interesting story.
Is he saying that this next album, The Fall Off, is his last album?
Yeah, but I never believe rappers. So
question, because there's a couple of things here that they don't really give detail on. It says season 1, so should we expect?
Well, yeah, it ends at
Well, it ends at
2014 Forest
2014.
Hills Drive. His career doesn't end then.
I know, but I'm saying, when do you think they would wrap up or release the next one? Because again, with the fall off still kind of looming in the background, do you think this is a beginning of another push of the rollout, or what do you think?
We get season 1, then I think we get Fall Off, then maybe season 2. Or if he's doing another EP in between it, maybe something like that. But
Gave us a Fall Off sandwich.
yeah, it's an LA deli sandwich. Shit's awful. I don't know. You don't seem impressed or excited,
About a documentary?
or just about what they're doing.
No, I want to see it. Yeah, I fuck
Or
with it.
hear
I want to see it. Well, hear it. I want to hear it, but I'm just trying to figure out what's. I know it's obviously a rollout album coming. Again, it's cool to hear the stories and take us back to those times when he was recording and things that was happening. That's always dope. But I just want to hear the music, man. I want to know when we get that album.
And I mean, I think it's cool too. Not to again make this a big three combo at all, but I appreciate how Drake has had the same crew with him since the beginning. I love that Cole is doing this with Ebe, who was in the dorm room with him. I love that Kendrick left and is working with his man Dave Free since high school. I think that's also very special when you have the person next to you that was there for the entire thing when you get into this type of stuff.
It makes
because I'm
more
sure
unique.
Artists are living in that moment. I'm sure a lot of their friends are like, yo, you probably didn't remember this, but this was crazy. I just think it's a helpful thing that a lot of artists can't really do anymore.
And it's always interesting just to get, the perspective of somebody that was right there.
Yeah.
Versus the artist. The artist's perspective in that moment is always different because the artist is just thinking on a different plane. But, having your best friend that was there the whole time, obviously business partners now, being able to tell some of those stories and, relive those moments. It's always fun when you have, that person that could kind of go off of what you're saying. They're like, nah, you don't remember when this happened though. And then while you was doing that, I had to go down the street and pick this up and that. It's always fun to have those stories. So I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Like even Ebe gave a tease, I think it was on It's the Reels podcast years and years ago, of when he drove Cole to Rock Nation after Hove heard Lights Please. They were both working at a call center in Long Island or something. Skipped work and Ebe didn't go in. Only Cole was invited at that time. And he was just sitting outside Rock's office and it had taken 3 hours. He's like, damn, I lost my job for this shit too.
Right.
I'm sitting outside losing my job because of this for a meeting that may not happen.
Yeah.
I think that perspective for people that either want to be managers or be behind the scenes is a whole nother element that makes that shit way cooler than just the people that want to be artists.
Should be dope.
And Scott, who was the one has been Cole's videographer for the majority of his career, has been with them the whole time. So I believe, at least in the trailer, you can hear his voice as well. So another perspective as someone that's the content guy behind the scenes as well. So should be interesting.
We keep
so
hearing
it's just audio.
I don't know.
The trailer was video.
It's never just
it's
audio.
kind of
we don't live in a just audio era.
Well, the trailer's cut. The trailer does a good job. I mean, obviously you need a visual for the trailer, but they do a good job of showing every phrase or everything they're saying is associated with a video that fit. So there's no doubt that they have the footage and content to carry this as a film.
But they
thing
definitely
as well.
have footage for sure.
And also the way Spotify is trying to fully move into audio podcasts, having a visual connected to it in the app. I don't doubt that with this audio experience, there will be video clips of what they're talking about. Then if they go back to just full storytelling, there'll be photos in some type of video montage way. I'm sure they'll figure it out in that regards.
And it's called Inevitable.
Inevitable, yeah.
And we've also been hearing, I mean, not that it ever matters with Kanye rumors, but Kanye just spent $1 billion on his doc that's supposedly about to come out. Spending $1 billion on a doc is insane. I have to see those line items.
I mean, I just want to know, when people say things like that, can we just get
They don't even do that with Marvel movies. What's in this doc, Kanye?
$1 billion for a Kanye documentary? All right, man.
You shoot it on 70 millimeter. What did he? Yeah,
I don't care what he shot that on. I watched the fucking Avengers Save Earth, and that budget was $1 billion.
Shot on Super 8.
So I don't care what Kanye talking about with his documentary. It wasn't $1 billion. I know that.
But yeah, there has been plenty of reports that Kanye, before the year was up, was coming out with his full doc, because he was fully on board with Cooties, and then all of a sudden, his tone shifted when it came out and was pissed. But it was weird to see Kanye change his mind.
Yeah, that never happens.
On the other side, though, speaking of friends that are breaking up rather than coming together to talk about their legacy,
who's breaking up?
Horrible Decisions announced, while we're recording this today, that they are done. This week will be their last episode. We have some bittersweet news to share with all of you. We have decided to end this chapter of Horrible Decisions. We want to take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude for joining us on this incredible journey. Your support has meant the world. Next week will be the final episode. Thank you for being a part of our story. Shout out to Mandy and Wheezy. You guys are podcast legends. Horrible Decisions is
for sure.
I mean, to me, in the history books for podcasting. You guys changed podcasting. We appreciate you.
Wait. Because I like to dig into what they saying. They said we're ending this chapter of horrible decisions. What does that mean?
Because I wouldn't be surprised if they do something else, maybe a pop-up live show, or maybe they're going to do something else. That brand is not going away. The podcast is going away.
They both do so much other stuff, and they've been very transparent with their fans for years. Like, outside of just their relationship as friends, they've had therapists on the podcast trying to get them back to being friends. They've also been very open about having other ventures and horrible kind of not being a priority to what else they're doing, that they're, coming in and knocking this shit out in 1 week for a season and then going about their business to do other stuff. So this wasn't really like a shock to me with this announcement. I've actually been expecting this announcement like 5 years ago. But
Yeah.
All right, cool. So now
I'm so happy it didn't
I was
happen.
about to say, listen, man.
No, I love both of them, so I'm happy it didn't happen.
Listen,
it's too good of a brand.
That's the homies, love them. But I'm just saying, like, bittersweet news for who? Like, I think anybody that knows y'all know that shit was like, I don't even.
I
when I used to see new episodes, I'll be like, word. It was a surprise. Like, word, they still recording, because when I'm around them, it's like, yo, I don't even know if y'all speak to each other.
Yeah.
So it's like to see
when we did their show in Atlanta and they were in the same green room, I was like, oh, this is refreshing.
Yeah, how long ago was that? 2 years ago?
A minute ago, yeah.
This is what
But
I'm
I
saying.
think-
They have their ups and downs, which they talk about. It's not anything
I
that we're
think they've
spilling.
been
to
in
no,
a-
yeah, they
they've
know.
been in a, but I think recently they've been in a good place. I think this is mainly coming because Mandy is moving to Atlanta.
Yeah.
What that mean?
Well, it's harder to come to New York. To,
Weezy has been
was
back and
also-
forth between LA and New York.
She's been in LA way more.
Yeah, like that don't mean
Yeah,
shit.
I fucking miss my friend. She's in LA all the time.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, she's in LA more now. Mandy is no longer in like New York, just waiting for her. She's gonna be in Georgia. Like, I don't think that it's ending because of them. I do think it's ending because of other ventures.
No, it's ending because of them. They decided they don't want to.
They
don't
could
wanna
lock
do that
in
anymore.
for a week and shoot like a half a year of content.
Yeah,
They
just,
wanted to.
But
end.
I'm with Maul with the cryptic writing. We decided to end this chapter of horrible decisions.
Leave the
This
door
chapter.
open.
this.
Yeah.
chapter.
They didn't say we decided to end horrible decisions.
They're gonna make money off that brand until they can't make no more money off it.
And they shouldn't. It's a great
yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
But
Shout out to Mandy and Weezy. Good
Yeah.
luck with whatever y'all decide to do. Y'all have the support of Rory and myself, and I'm sure plenty of others. So
and I mean, look, Cole and Ebe are now, filling that void. Like that, the horrible decision door is closing.
That's the
and
new horrible?
Ebe don't be pegging people.
Ebe
though.
is pretty much the new Weezy, is what I'm saying.
that's on brand for Cole. He made a horrible decision. So
You just couldn't let it go.
Alright,
huh?
man,
It
what?
was
You
right
set the
there. It was right
screen.
there.
What you want me to do? What murder?
What murder?
Oh man,
murder?
that's funny.
Oh man. Anyways, RFK. I don't want to get into any political shit, but nothing was funnier than opening up Twitter and seeing RFK getting caught next to some side chick he wasn't supposed to be with. That's like those
That
videos
happened?
when the guy takes Shorty to the game that he's not supposed to be with, and they end up on like
Who
the love
who
camera.
he was with?
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Nah, but they said Healthy America starts Monday. They kind of leaned into it like it was cheat weekend. Like fuck.
So it's like when I'm like, yo, I'm gonna stop drinking on Monday, but it's
Yeah.
Saturday and like,
It was
give me-
Saturday, not tonight.
line up some rails.
That's all that was. I liked it. Like,
I'm gonna go to the gym on Tuesday.
Yeah, I like that. It's not saying we're not becoming these radical. Yo, let's just eat carrot and celery on the flight. Like, nah, we can still have fun. Let's eat McDonald's tonight. But
All them old ass men do not need that sodium. But
listen, man,
they said this was RFK getting jumped in.
this was his initiation.
Yeah.
Let us know you're one of us.
This
Like
is,
this is their version of saying, "Are you wearing a wire?"
They're hazing.
you're not a
look
cop,
how
right?
Elon. Look how Elon eats fries. He pours the ketchup inside the box.
Elon has never ate food before.
Yeah.
This is
We still
just
don't know
for
if he
show.
ate that. Yeah, we still don't know if he ate that.
He definitely didn't. Trump definitely ate his food.
Did y'all see the UFC fight? Jon Jones.
I saw highlights. I didn't watch the whole thing.
He kicked that nigga so hard in his ribs. That sport is crazy, man.
It's insane.
That sport is crazy. Every time I watch the UFC, I'm like,
Oh, it's literally barbaric.
yeah, I can't believe we're watching this.
It's odd that it's legal in like this sensitive
Ugh.
time.
God.
No, you
That's
don't.
barbaric.
Yeah, no, that kick, like he definitely broke a
Yeah,
Yeah,
rib.
missed the kick. Let me see.
He definitely broke a rib for sure. Something broke. When you go down like,
Oh,
Ow,
The
oh.
heel of
there's
that
no
foot.
way that his 3 or 4 ribs aren't shattered.
yeah.
And then you just dancing. Oh, nah.
No, he did
Did
the
the
Trump
Trump
now I gotta
dance.
come
Did
back with
Trump
the
dance.
blicky.
He did the Trump dance.
Now I gotta come back with the blicky.
The Trump dance. Gotta do the Trump dance.
Listen, man, that sport is insane. And the fact that overseas they're trying to do like bare-fisted version of this is. Oh, yeah, even Dana White was trying to get involved. I don't know if like legally.
What is it? Slap Fest?
No,
slap?
no, they're trying to do UFC just with no gloves.
I think the slap thing is worse.
Dana owns that too.
That's crazy to me because you got to just stand there and
You
let
bought
it
the
happen.
IP from Ebro? That's crazy.
You got you got to just stand there and let it happen. Like you got to just stand there. They give you a foam bar to hold behind your back so you don't move your hands, and you just got to stand there. The dude is counting 1, 2, like lining it up to your face with chalk on his hand, and you just got to stand there.
Yo,
that sport is crazy.
I'm so happy I didn't fall for it a few weeks ago. Kia asked me to do the tortilla challenge.
Oh, damn.
What is
I was
that?
going to make you do that.
We could do that here.
What is it?
Tortilla challenge is like, you know the bag of tortillas?
Like the
chips?
soft tortillas?
Yeah, but you know you can buy a bunch of them and it's relatively hard in that clear bag.
Yeah.
It's like Smack Fest,
Oh,
one-on-one with the tortilla bag.
Oh, you smack each other with a tortilla?
I thought you were talking about with chips.
Not with the bag. It's just a tortilla.
Yeah, just one
Just
tortilla.
One tortilla.
Oh, I thought it was with the bag.
No.
Yeah, she really
Man,
hate you.
You know how that bag, somebody swinging that bag at your face?
Wait, she pitched it to me completely wrong. I didn't watch any videos either.
No, she just wanted to knock
Just
you
wanna
the fuck
hit you.
out. Like, yeah, she don't.
No, but my thing was, I get a turn too. This is a setup.
No, you get a turn.
This is how you get charges.
This is the equal opportunity sport. That's all.
Nah, don't give me rules where
How
I'm
bored do
exempt.
we have to be to like create shit like this though?
I mean, we were flipping
buy some-
cups. We were flipping cups upside down and they landed and
Yeah, but that's
we lost our shit.
Yeah, but like
That's sports.
We ran out of the
buying
room.
the tortillas to just slap each other with them now. I don't know. I just think
Okay,
that-
so all you do is smack with one tortilla. Where's the fun in that?
I feel like one tortilla would hurt more than a bag of them.
You fill up your
Hell
mouth with
no.
water, or you're skipping a step.
Yeah, you fill up your mouth with water and you try not to spit when somebody slaps you with the tortilla.
These guys are not breaking.
No,
They got cheap tortillas. You gotta get the strong
They're also
ones.
NHL players.
They throw fists in each other's faces weekly.
yeah, this is nothing.
They're missing half their teeth.
You know what? Is it illegal for like NHL players to train in the offseason with boxers?
No,
I feel like there should be a clause. I'm all for fighting. I think it's what makes the
part of
NHL
the
great.
training is boxing.
But yo, if they really got with a real boxer,
Yeah, some of them do.
that would be so unfair.
This
Look
is
at this.
stupid. though.
Okay,
that's
all
dumb.
right. Then Kia didn't trick me. She just wanted to do something
that's
cute.
Fucking stupid ass.
Some cute. She want to hit you in the head.
I
with
thought we were taking full-blown
pillowcase
tortilla
full of
bags
rocks.
and smacking fire out of each other's faces.
Nah, man.
I have a sour candy challenge that I want to do with you guys. I want you guys to do.
I don't play
is
them
it?
type of games. Anything about with food, hot, spicy. Don't.
It's sour. You won't die from sour.
You don't
She
know that?
survived the mozzarella stick challenge.
Thank
we
you.
made up. So
She ate 6 mozzarella sticks.
I ate 18.
She had 18 over.
we
like
padded
3
those
hours.
numbers a bit, but you know, I wasn't looking. We were performing.
18 over 3 hours. You said. Yeah, 6 an hour. Okay, 6 an hour.
That's chill.
Yeah.
Stomach
didn't have
is
to
still
shit it out.
digesting
I
that
did.
shit.
I think I had 6.
No, but the whole thing was you set that off on yourself. You,
I know. I was I
you
say
stood
some
on
dumb
business
shit
like I can
sometimes.
eat that. We like Damaris. You cannot eat that
I
many
be saying
mozzarella.
dumb
What's-
shit sometimes.
What's the sour challenge?
It's just sour candy.
What's the
But
candy?
yeah, like
though?
what do you have
It's
to
like
do?
a jawbreaker type thing. It's just a very sour piece of candy. It's the most
Like a
sour
warhead?
candy in the world. Yeah, like a warhead, but
Come on.
worse.
I come from these warhead
Body
streets.
that.
Like my DNA is designed
Oh, now
by
I'm
warheads. in
ordering
elementary
it
school.
tonight.
So you're just supposed to just put it in your mouth and see who
Yeah,
can
see
tolerate it.
who can suck on it. Suck on it the longest.
Yeah, no, I'm not playing that.
I'll
game.
win.
That's a sport I never played. Who could suck on it the longest?
Who could hold the sour candy in their mouth the longest?
Me.
I've ate some funky pussy before. I'll be all right.
You always run into that, and it make me feel like you got one in mind.
A funky box?
Yeah,
'Cause
I have
ain't
one in
You
mind.
never forget the funky box.
Yeah.
I was about to say, ain't no way like you was just eating like funky.
No, I didn't-
pussy
I didn't
after funky
return-
pussy.
I didn't make it a lifestyle.
wasn't a
I'm
return
thinking of
customer?
one and one only. Like,
He was only there for one night only.
yeah, I will
He
never
wasn't a
make that
return
mistake.
customer.
Did you guys ever do the saltine challenge? Like back in high school? Well, not your high school.
Oh, where like dries your mouth out.
Where you have to eat like 8
whole
saltines or yeah, something in like
Dry
a
as
minute.
shit.
Nah.
It's physically impossible. But I tried that a few times.
What's the other thing? The Sprite and the banana.
What?
That's a
That
thing.
sound kinky.
No,
What?
because like it reacts.
Put it in the tailpipe?
It's a thing.
Or it like bubbles or something.
Yeah, there's some chemical reaction. It's like the Coke Mentos kind of thing, you know.
First of all, who's putting a banana inside a Sprite bottle?
It's a
A freak.
chemistry thing.
It's not happening. It's not gonna work.
Look at Speed did it.
Of
He's
course
going
he
to the, and
did.
he's going to the Olympics.
He'll do anything.
That's the face of an Olympic
that's
champion.
his, do you want to see my diet for the Olympics? Sprite and bananas.
Yeah, that's a thing.
So you eat them together or
Apparently, it makes you do this.
I'm not doing that.
Sprite alone will make you do that.
Yeah.
I'm not getting the banana part. Like,
I
You
don't
ever
know.
had
I guess
McDonald's
it's the way
Sprite? That shit is like vodka.
the banana reacts with the Sprite. I think it makes you like, it's like the Coke and Mentos.
yo, who be the first person to come up? Like, we don't ever find the origin of this shit. Like, who's the first person that thought, yo, I'm gonna eat a banana and wash it down with Sprite?
It'd be easier now. The challenges back in the day that were on like E-Bombs World and shit, you'd never find out who did Coke and Mentos first. Or the saltine challenge, like you'd never find that.
You have to chug a 2-liter? That's crazy.
No, it's like not the human body isn't supposed to do this.
I'm just not that bored.
Yeah, but it's for content.
Yeah, I just don't.
This guy looks like he's tried all the challenges.
Wait, so this
he
challenge
hasn't missed the challenge.
No.
That's Mr. Challenge right there.
Wait, so the challenge is just to try to chug a liter of Sprite?
I guess that's a part of it.
That's just stupid.
There's no other element to that.
Yeah, y'all gotta just go to the gym.
You
man.
chug a 2-liter, and then I guess you try to eat a banana. I don't know.
And the potassium just hits that,
Yeah, just hits
those
gullet.
bubbles.
I don't fucking know.
They're gonna start adding that to festivals. There'll be just a challenge stage where everyone
Please don't.
just comes up that is
Please.
popular on TikTok and they
Don't
just
even
do challenges
put
in
that
front of
idea
you.
out there. That's just
It's not a
stupid.
bad idea.
That's a terrible idea.
Oh.
They had a podcast stage. You don't think a challenge stage is coming soon?
No, I hope not. I hope not.
Rory, you didn't go to Camp Flog now?
No, I didn't. I left the day before because I had to go be a responsible parent, but don't think it didn't cross my mind. I was definitely thinking like, he'll be all right another day
Yeah.
or two.
Or two.
The lineup looked insane. All the clips looked incredible. I was mad I missed it. I definitely had a little FOMO looking at everything on
It did
Saturday.
look amazing.
Doechie's performance looked crazy. Her coming out on Tyler's set was nuts. Mustard, I don't know, it just looked like a good time. And how they had it set up, it didn't look like super festively to me.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like they put it together differently. But I mean, what did you guys think?
Doechie's set was dope.
Yeah, it was just the set she's been doing on her tour, but with a way bigger stage.
Yeah.
So they were able to like fill it out with the background shit. But
Are you going to go see her? Has she
We-
been in New York already?
she was at Webster, I think, 1 or 2 nights. Her tour is done. I think this was the end of it.
Damn, she had her ass out.
Whoa. In 2024,
Rory. Whoa.
she is pushing the envelope. Sexy Red came out, right?
Yeah, I heard that. She said Sticky was about her pussy.
That's all right. That's on brand.
Someone grab a mop is getting sticky in this bitch.
No, that's a STD.
No, that's somebody that just did the Sprite challenge, and now you got to clean that shit up off the floor.
I was in here. They have a TikTok sticky challenge. I was in here doing it, and Maul came in and walked out. He was mad at me. I had my camera set up.
I wasn't mad. It's just like that's just the world now. You might turn the corner and see somebody doing a challenge, and it's like, all right, man, I'm sorry.
I've walked in a few times to this office, and Damaris had all the lights on, sitting in these chairs doing challenges. But I'm not here to hate.
Trying to take us to the next level. Trying to get us, the kids, Gen X, Gen Y, whoever the fuck they are.
Julian, I'm surprised you didn't fly out to LA for the Flamp Cloud Nog.
The what?
Can't Flog Gnaw.
Flamp Cloud
No, this is one of the few festivals I haven't been to that I would like to go to. But I would like to catch Tyler when he's in New York, for sure. But
You're like the Flog Gnaw demo.
For sure.
I'm that demo too, though.
Nah,
Yeah, what?
But Julian's
Coachella
really
demo.
that demo. Because
Not-
Julian wouldn't have went home to his baby.
What?
you're Coachella demo.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
How?
Have you heard your album?
What about it is, well, I mean, thank you if you think it's Coachella level.
It is.
But why do you, it's not like Tame Impala.
I
To
think
me, that's Coachella vibes.
Yeah, but you got Coachella.
EO
vibes.
made a lot of sense on that stage at Coachella.
Was
like,
EO on your album?
yeah, but I had them on a sound they had never been on, period, and still haven't since.
Okay, so who at Camp Flog Gnaw was on your album?
Jordan Ward, he's on my album.
There you go.
Okay.
I think you're like the Lights Out demo. Lights Out Festival demo.
one
Hers
is that?
Festival.
Oh yeah,
That's
I'm
Whose
with that.
festival was that?
her.
Oh, Lights Out.
Yeah.
And the Blue Note Jazz
Yes.
Festival.
Mm.
I think I'm in that bag too.
But not
But-
Flog Gnaw.
Yeah, no, I would say Flog Gnaw
I like
before
Flog Gnaw.
Coachella any day. Coachella, I get it. It's an amazing festival, but it's not like my shit. I've only been once, and it was because EO was performing.
Mm.
Even to go see Frank, I wouldn't do it just because I would only be going to see Frank Ocean. I'm not those other 30 artists. I don't know if I'm running to go do that.
Have you ever considered that maybe after your second or third album, you might be asked to put on a festival show?
Yeah.
Like with the artists that you have?
I'm trying to do that for the second one.
That would be cool.
Just
At Coachella?
I'm humble enough to know that they will not be calling for the second album.
You don't know that.
That's true.
You don't know that. Don't put that energy out there.
I agree. I didn't mean it in a bad way. But
don't. Put that
I
out
respect the grind.
If Coachella did call
And
you
come
and
up.
say, this doesn't fit my sound, though?
What if they said we were going to invite you, but we heard the podcast and you said that you're not really our vibe? And they'd be like, so you're calling me to tell me that you don't like me anymore?
No, that you don't like us.
Because if anyone were to send us a clip to say, this is why we can't work with you, it would be that one.
Yeah. That's the clip.
That's the one that would get me canceled.
It would be you saying, I don't know, I feel like I'm a little more of a Blue Note guy. Like, oh, get him out of here.
I don't know, man. Going to finish up the second album, I was on TMZ. Like, the stars are aligning. January 25th, all the planets are going to be aligned and visible in the sky.
Mhm.
And then I was on TMZ. I don't think that's an accident.
It's happening. It's definitely happening.
What did y'all say about me on TMZ? Because I didn't listen. You was talking shit?
Said you look like shit when you get off the flight.
I look bad. It went way better than
I'm not
thought it was
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see the clip.
It was a little long-winded. I could tell that whoever was interviewing you was a fan of the podcast.
He was, yeah.
Yeah.
Good guy.
Yeah. Because he just looked like excited to talk to you. He was
So-
not asking you anything we gave a fuck about.
I had a 6 a.m. flight and
So what was they supposed to ask Rory?
I agree.
Did Mary say he wasn't asking?
The last time
what was he supposed to ask?
The last time I was on TMZ, they asked me something. I said, "Why? What are you talking to me for? Justin Bieber's inside."
That wasn't the last time you were on TMZ. Last
that's
time
right.
you were on TMZ was with Maul.
Yeah. And I said, I'm driving my mom's Mazda. Stop talking to me about money. I had a 6 a.m. flight. Kia and Amara had to go to Florida at the same time. Stayed up through the night. Didn't go to sleep. Landed, went to get my bag. The last thing I thought on earth would be that a TMZ camera would be in my face talking about Grammys.
Yeah.
But it went way better. Once I watched it 2 days later, I was terrified of what I said. It went better than I expected.
You didn't say nothing crazy.
I just looked like shit.
Oh, yeah, you just woke up off the flight.
Yeah.
Looked like you slept the whole flight.
I tried.
Yeah.
But that's not what you said on Patreon, Maul.
Said he looked like shit.
You said he looked like shit because Rory doesn't sleep on flights. I don't understand why he can't sleep on flights, and he probably went through 3 bottles of wine. That's what you said on
I did
Patreon.
not,
I wouldn't
no.
snitch. I wouldn't snitch if it was.
You know I have access to our Patreon.
You don't watch it.
that.
It is on my list to watch the Patreon episode this week.
Are you going to watch the other episode you missed?
The ones I was
Minority
on?
Report one.
No.
She was fired.
We had a Minority Report episode.
I ended up watching Minority Report.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't on Patreon though. That was on
No, that
regular.
was the regular.
This was the only Patreon episode I ever missed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch it.
Mhm.
But no, I did sleep. I had to lay flat. Not to like big league anyone.
No, get your shit
but-
off.
Come on, you know that's my style. You talking to me, baby?
If I didn't have the lay flat, I promise you I would have stayed up and drank 3 bottles of wine. I can assure you of that, but no. I got right on that flight and knocked the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then woke up in LA to TMZ. But, just another life, just day in the life for me.
That's it, man. Get off the
TMZ,
flight.
like,
Get off the flight to cameras in your face. Like, it's tough, man.
I'd say
nobody
Rory,
knows the struggle.
Rory sent this to me. I said, damn, you texted the guy to pull up on you?
For sure.
He texted him his flight.
He sent him the drop. He said, I'll be at gate C.
No, you just send the flight number.
Yeah.
They can pull up everything.
Yo,
Where it's
track
landing.
me,
Once-
king.
They know
Once-
what carousel the bags is getting off at. They know everything.
I gave him updates. My
Yeah.
bag hasn't come yet.
No, he got the app. They can track the flight.
You got
Once
the
you give them the
green.
flight number, just open the app. They track the flight. They know.
Since Van has left, I have 0 people to text at TMZ
Shout out
to
Van.
warn them that I'm ready to land,
That's hilarious.
which I know people do, which is kind of sick, but I get it.
No, you got to do that. It's media. Why
That's how
not?
Kim popped.
Also, as soon as I got back from LA, I found out that Kendrick Lamar was throwing footballs to Beyonce in that Super Bowl promo video. You didn't even see the connection. You didn't see it. Everyone thought Dave Free was trying to catch punts. Nope. It was Beyonce on top of a lowrider.
Fire.
That's what the field looks like on the other side.
So Beyonce will be
blacked out.
performing halftime Christmas Day game. The Ravens versus the Texans. And we're probably going to get some great visuals from Cowboy Carter at this game.
Okay, so is the game on Netflix too?
Yes. Okay. So that is another thing I wanted to mention. Netflix for the first time is going to air a live game, and it's
Yeah.
going to be the Christmas game.
Netflix got to get it together. Hey, Netflix, this is Beyonce. This ain't Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
This is Beyonce on Christmas.
This is Beyonce on Christmas.
Even children will wait to unwrap their presents to watch this shit.
I don't know who else is on the Wi-Fi over there at Netflix, but tell them to get off. Tell niggas to log off, turn your Bluetooth off, everything, because y'all need them routers free and ready, because Beyonce is going to break Netflix Christmas Day.
Yo, this is big. All right, I keep my cable mainly for NFL and NBA. Like, I hate having to find certain links. I just want to watch the game. Like, that's one luxury I prefer. I want to sit down and just click something. And if I'm not by my TV, I want to log into fucking NBC, ABC, ESPN, whatever, type in my Verizon credentials and watch the game at the highest HD 1080 4K 10,000 EP KP shit that I could watch it at.
We've never heard of
Now that this shit is going to Netflix, I know all the networks are shaking in their fucking boots on where the owners are going to sell their TV rights next year.
Yeah.
This is big. Outside of Beyonce being on this shit,
Yeah.
this is big.
Yeah, the Jake Paul Tyson fight.
Peace to cable if I can watch all NFL games on Netflix.
Yeah. And then obviously Beyonce doing halftime, Christmas Day, now on Netflix. I think they're setting the precedence of things that they're going to roll out into 2020.
Well, that transition's already been happening. Like the Thursday Prime, doesn't Prime own Thursdays in the NFL?
Yeah.
In which I'm not a big NFL guy at all, but like I'll be clicking around. I'm like,
I
why
mean,
not? It's on streaming. Like, why not just throw it on?
But it also kind of goes to not even our theory, but everyone that's been paying attention to this for the past 5-6 years. TV is going to turn into what music labels are. There's only 3 companies. They're going to buy up everything else. That's why HBO Max went to just Max.com. It's probably going to be Max, Disney, and they'll find the third one, Amazon. And they'll just buy
you
it.
think Netflix out the running?
I mean, Netflix may get bought up. Because to y'all point of continuing to do this shit is expensive and tough.
Yeah.
And Netflix, we've seen plenty of reports that they have been in the red for a very, very long time. Netflix spends way more money than they make.
Yeah.
So I could see a day that they're setting all this up and spending all this money just to value Netflix at a higher point to sell it. I could see this headache being passed on to another company.
And also, they're definitely like they're testing all of this shit out, like that Jake Paul shit and all that. That's like they're testing all of this shit out. But this game being free thing is not going to continue. Netflix is eventually going to put an ad on that you're going to have to pay for them.
Oh, there'll definitely be like an extra if you want NFL package. It's another $20. But see, I would prefer that for just the season instead of just regular cable where I may not get every game and have to buy an NFL package. If I get Netflix just plus an NFL package, I may come out better as far as my, monthly allowance on entertainment.
There's some version of that because Disney owns ESPN, so Disney obviously has Disney Plus, but then you can get an ESPN add-on.
Exactly, but
they try to keep them separate.
I'm saying when the owners sell the TV rights throughout the year, yes, Disney's banking on them owning ESPN, but if Netflix is now in the running, I think that shakes things up a bit. That's all.
Yeah. I said Prime has most of all the Thursday games this year. Peacock had one game week 1 this year. So it looks like they're also NBC's in it. They've had the week 1 game,
but
Packers Eagles in Brazil.
Shit forever.
If Jake Paul Tyson did 60 million?
Yeah.
What do you think Beyonce does Christmas Day?
100. Maybe more.
100 is big. Maybe 65, 70. Maybe 7.
I think more than that.
Well,
I think if
so?
Jake Paul and Mike Tyson did 60, Beyonce
I feel like the
doing more
fight
than that.
would be bigger than an NFL
What
game.
did
Christmas Day?
What did Beyonce?
Literally
Super Bowl
everybody's in the house watching
Fuck
TV.
the game. I think you're leaving out the Beyonce part.
I think
You
you're
know
leaving
what I mean?
out the NFL meets Beyonce part.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm crazy for saying 100 million. All right, cool. 85
demographics,
minimum.
Yeah. Yeah, both demographics.
I think more.
And Christmas Day,
I think 100 is definitely like
everyone's in the house.
doable. Christmas Day, I think 100 is like
Mom, dad, kid, all of us are sitting in front of the TV for an NFL game with Beyonce on Christmas Day.
What was the
Like-
numbers for Beyonce's Verizon ad that she did the Super Bowl last year? During the Usher Super Bowl.
The only thing, and I don't know how this metrics works, so I'm really just pulling out of my ass right now. The only thing that may fuck it up is everyone will be on the same device that day for the first time. Like, we're all going to watch it on the big TV. The kids aren't going to go on their device.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that changes the numbers, but everyone's not going to be on set.
Well, they do households because there's 60 million households, not 60
but I
million
thought they
people.
split it too, even with devices sometimes. If two people are watching at one time in the same house, that's still 2 views.
I feel like they should do devices, but the article that I found, everything I found about the Jake Paul Tyson one was they used the word households.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I was talking out of my ass. But
because can't some households have more than one? You know what I mean? Because Netflix has like that home sharing thing where it's like, like to your point, if we live in the same house, but I'm watching something in my room. And
I think they strictly go off of, because obviously the Wi-Fi, the router, things like that in the home, they know, okay, this is this household. That's that household.
They would probably count if you guys were watching different things. That'd still count as household. But if you're watching the same thing, that's one stream.
Well, we're going to come back after this because depending on the numbers that she does, I think it's only fair that we start talking about the next big event, which would be the Super Bowl. And what that means for that. Like how many, because Beyonce, I think, is going to do well over 100 million households.
It looked like this peaked at 65 million concurrent streams.
Jake Paul Tyson.
65, yeah.
Yeah, man. I think Beyonce, she might double that.
Which was a record-breaking night.
Christmas Day? She might double that.
The only other live stream event they did before this was the Brady roast, right?
Yeah,
no.
Sure. Oh.
A-lister himself, Chris Rock, was the first one to ever do live.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Right. Well, not right after the slap, but his first pop-up after the slap.
That was the first experiment for live.
Damn.
Did Chappelle had a live, right?
Not that I know of. I think it's only been Chris Rock, Tom Brady, Jake Paul, Tyson, and then this NFL game.
Rogan's was live? Snooze fest.
Okay. I mean,
and my his stand-up sucks.
I think Rogan would even say it's probably not his strongest attribute.
Yeah. I mean,
Is he a comedian or a UFC fighter?
He started as a comedian.
He started out as a martial artist when he was a kid.
Okay.
And then went into comedy, then did TV with Fear Factor, and I forgot that other show he was on.
He was the Fear Factor guy?
Yeah.
I always knew that he looked familiar. I used to be obsessed with Fear Factor when I was a kid. But I never knew where. That makes so much sense.
Yeah. I forgot what other show he was on before that, then Fear Factor, and still did stand-up comedy, and then started podcasting early before everyone else, and now he's that.
Oh.
But even
now he's him.
Rogan was never like the best stand-up. I don't think anyone thought that
thinks
ever.
About Joe Rogan as a comedian, man. Like that's not what people think about him as. He just does it, but he's not a comedian.
Y'all know who has a good stand-up that I feel like people overlook? Well, back in the day it was Chris Tucker had good stand-up. I like Chris Tucker's stand-up.
But it was always good. Like he would do good 15-minute sets on Shaq All-Star shit. And I think he had one 30-minute special that was good. He just, when he got Christian and shit, he disappeared at his peak.
When he got Christian.
He also
got Christian.
He stopped cursing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a comedian not cursing, I'm cool.
Same like a rapper not
But also
I just need my curses, man. I just add a little,
oomph.
You know what I mean? You got a bitch ass nigga. You got to throw that out there every now and then.
He also kind of had
the
Eddie formula of, Eddie was a monster stand-up, but then he stopped doing it because he got so popular with movies. Like Chris Tucker was on the cusp of being a great stand-up, and it was like, dog, I'm doing Rush Hour 2 for $100 million.
Yeah, that Hollywood money is
You think I'm
different.
going to an open mic tonight?
I'm not doing Caroline's on. No, I'm sorry. I'm just not doing it. They just get studio.
I don't need the food.
Yeah,
ticket.
studio just gave me $100 million to do this next Rush Hour. I'm cool.
Years ago, Neil Brennan asked Eddie Murphy, he was saying this on a podcast, why he wouldn't do stand-up, and Eddie Murphy replied, "Because I like going to Hawaii better."
I'm not going. What
the fuck?
He's fucking
I'm not doing stand-up.
No.
Well, Doc Doodler 10.
So is Kevin the first comedian to graduate to the movies and still stick to that stand-up? Because we all know Kevin gets paid so much for stand-up. Is it because he
No. There's a bunch of comedians that
who
do
kept
movies.
going? I'm saying after they got to the movies, they kept doing stand-up. After they got so big in movies, they kept
Chris
doing
Rock
stand-up.
for sure.
Okay. Yeah, Chris.
Martin Lawrence definitely took a break, but Martin did Run Tell That at the peak of I think his movie stardom.
Bad Boys was already out, the first one.
Yeah. And he would even though people didn't like it, Black Knight, I liked. That was a box office movie, and I think he did Run Tell That the same year. So Martin definitely did it.
The Wayans brothers.
They kind of got away from
I never know
stand-up
which
per
one's
se.
which, but one of them just put out a new special.
Yeah, but
You trying to say we all look alike?
No, I'm saying I don't know which one put out the special. I think Marlon just put out a special
I think that's what he was saying.
on
You said we all
Netflix.
look alike.
They all look exactly alike. I can't tell black people apart at all.
Yeah.
He actually thought they was like play brothers. They weren't even really.
Yeah, he just put out one.
That's my bro.
He didn't know they was related. He's like, oh wait, you mean y'all are really brothers and sisters?
My sister went back and I'm sorry, Rory.
Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
I love Bernie.
Cedric the Entertainer. Kept doing stand up while he was doing movies. It's still been a thing.
I think Damaris was talking about like to that
Huge,
level.
to that level. Because
Well,
none
I mean,
of those.
Such
Kev
an
is
elite.
kind of an anomaly, like with who?
Yeah, that's a different level.
Yeah. Kev, as far as movies and stand up together, no, we've never seen anyone that has ever done it to that level whatsoever. But I mean, even Chappelle got a few movies.
There's just so few actors at that level. So to do that,
A-list, you mean?
to the A-list, yeah. To do
Kev
that,
A-list?
Don't piss me off.
Is he?
I mean, I don't know.
He only sold out the fucking football stadium.
He did
definitely.
He did Jumanji 1 and 2 and then sold out the Eagle Stadium doing stand up. All in 1 year.
I still don't know. We got to run the
I don't
numbers,
know.
man. We got to see. I don't know.
He's no Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I mean, he's no Tom Cruise, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, Kev, I do commend Kev for staying with stand-up when he definitely didn't need to once he got to that movie career. Like, he was still pumping out stand-ups at least once a year while he was doing all that shit. That we've never seen.
but at the level that he was at with his stand-up career would make sense just financially. Because like he's not doing, that's the thing. Like there's a disconnect where it's like you're usually much greater at one than the other. But Kevin was A-list at both. So like it was financially responsible for him to do the big blockbuster and then sell out the Lincoln Financial that same week and also get like $500,000 for doing that for one night.
But I also think he leveraged how popular he got in movies with like the mainstream audience because Kevin's stand-up is not astronomically. It's definitely not better than any of the comedians we named previously. So,
no, but why he did it?
Wait, what?
Kevin Hart stand-up is not better than Bernie Mac stand-up. It's not better than fucking Eddie Murphy stand-up. Like it's no.
Oh, okay.
No.
I didn't understand what you were saying.
Yeah, like his stand-up isn't as good as those guys. Those guys got big in movies, but stopped doing stand-up really once they got into
But like before Kev hit super stardom with movies, I thought that was some of his best stand-up.
Yeah.
But not,
agreed.
and I know people give Kev a lot of shit for quote unquote playing the game. But if you look at the movies he was doing, his stand-up had to somewhat mirror the safeness, if that's even a word, of what he was doing. I didn't fault Kev for that. He was trying to take it to a different level. And you kind of have to do that. You couldn't, like, Andrew Dice Clay sold out the Garden, but like Dice isn't safe. He can't go be a movie star and then talk about cock for an hour and a half. It's just not going to work.
Who's an A-lister y'all feel is overrated?
In what?
In their A-listness.
In their A-listness?
Yeah, because I got one.
Who?
The Rock. He's over.
All right, see, you gotta go. Go on, man. Go on with that bullshit. Go on with that bullshit.
Man,
Okay,
I
what
fuck
is
with
he
The Rock.
overrated at? Because he's pretty much been doing the same thing forever.
Exactly. I don't have to say nothing. It's the
But
same
nobody's
roles
trying to-
in every
Even if I
movie.
don't agree with the Kev thing, I understand what people say. Kev was funny at one point, and then he became a super A-lister, some shit we've never seen, and his stand-up comedy suffered because of it. The Rock has been the same guy since University of Miami, the end.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I all of his movies, his roles, it feels like the same thing.
All right,
That's because he's
is
good at
Arnold
it.
Schwarzenegger overrated?
Arnold Schwarzenegger is a way better actor than The Rock. Way better. Way better. We're not doing that.
I don't even know if we should be comparing actors with either of them, to be quite honest.
Why?
But
That's
neither of them can act.
This
Okay.
is one of my favorite graphics about The Rock is the screenshot from these.
Those are
of
4
him.
different movies.
These are 4 different movies.
Wait, but are they all Jumanji? Because that's not fair.
No.
No. This
what I will say is this. I don't think it's that The Rock can't act. What I do think it is that there is something that works for The
He's
Rock.
acting like he's an actor.
And his type, but I think that's on purpose. His typecast makes him a lot of money. I'm sure if he wanted to be an amazing actor, if the nigga wanted to go and attempt to try to be Denzel, I'm sure he could get a little bit closer to being a good actor. But I don't think that's what he's going for. I
his
think
neck won't allow him to be a good actor. His neck too big. Can't be a good actor.
I'm
with that
looking.
neck.
I'm
Look at that
looking
neck.
through every single Rock movie right now.
His last movie was a pretty big flop. Since we're on topical stuff, it did 34 million first debut weekend.
But I feel like
And
that,
what was the
that
budget?
reflects
$250
the movie
million?
business.
The budget was 250 million.
That reflects the movie business right now. So
I never.
I'm
even
not
heard of
putting that shit
movie.
on The Rock.
Doesn't
But
reflect
if you're
the
looking at
movie
all the
business.
roles that he's taking, where in this says I'm trying to be a good actor or I'm trying to be anything that that I'm not already.
It's not his fault he's A-list.
I'm just saying. My original question.
It is his fault. He's fucking works hard.
Who is over? Okay, it's a lot of people in Hollywood that work hard that aren't A-list. I'm just saying, The Rock, he be getting roles and money, and it's like, I just don't know if he's that. Like, I like The Rock. I fuck with The Rock, but...
And I'm not having the same A-lister conversation that we had before, but I'm going back to the return on investment outside of this one. The Rock, say what you want about him. You know when you invest this amount of money, what you're going to get back, that makes you an A-lister. All these movies have gone diamond.
Except this one.
He puts butts in seats.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of people that do, but I'm just saying.
Am I bugging though? He's one of those names where I see and I'm like, I don't want to go see this movie.
Yeah, but 100 million people do.
Yeah.
That's
You're
not
also
true.
not a family. How is it not true?
Look at his last movie.
Well, I haven't even heard of that movie, so what I'm going to go on
You're gonna
a
be
limb
one of
and
those
say is
people?
that they didn't advertise it.
Don't we judge people by their last effort?
30,
No.
30 fucking movies that go diamond. You're going to go when the movie business is in the
Aren't you
fucking
only as
shitter
good as
unless
your-
you're remaking a Marvel
You're only
movie.
as good as your last effort, right, Maul? We say that all the
is true.
time.
That is true.
All right, you're right. The Rock stinks then.
No.
He sat down in a chair.
What a waste of talent.
He sat down in a chair. This is what annoys me about The Rock. 'Cause he's like the LeBron James of like movies. He sat down in a chair and he was like,
we are just talking about people
No.
so disrespectfully.
because he sat down in a chair and had a one-on-one and straight up said, this is like, he pretty much compared this film to Oppenheimer and said it deserves like the same IMAX. You need to give it the treatment that you gave Oppenheimer because it's on that level. And then it did what, 3 nickels in the box office?
Well, did you watch it?
No, I'm not gonna go fucking watch it. I don't watch any of The Rock's movies.
Wait,
Okay,
hold
so
on.
you don't know if it's bad or not.
All right, I'll take the critic's word
All right.
for it.
Anytime he's not playing like a superhero or he's like the security guard for some kid and like changes their life, he ended gang violence in Gridiron Gang. Like that was a deep role.
That was a true story, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I like that
have you
movie.
seen a gang since that movie?
Yes. Actually,
Since the year 2006.
yes.
Have you seen a gang?
Since then,
It's got worse.
We pull the numbers up. It might have got worse. But I like that movie though. That was a good movie. But I just feel like
He wasn't a bad actor. He played
I'm not
a
saying
deeper role than he usually does.
I'm not saying The Rock is a bad actor. I'm not saying he's a bad actor.
I mean, we recorded it. You did say that.
Did I say he was a bad actor or
Yeah.
say he was overrated?
Oh, maybe you said overrated. I
Yeah.
apologize.
I just feel like his roles are pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And when you say
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
but Arnold Schwarzenegger roles wasn't the same.
He did the same thing. Action hero or like daddy daycare action. Like they all do the same thing.
Gabrielle Union also is another typecast actress who has a lot of the same roles. Does a lot of the same things.
So why they don't pay Gabby the same money they pay The Rock?
Gabby don't put butts in seats like The Rock put butts in seats.
Did you ask that question just now?
Why not?
Okay.
Return on
You
investment.
trying to say black actresses don't deserve
Okay. Why
that Rock budget? Because it feels like that's what you
why does Angel Reese not make the exact same amount of money as LeBron James?
I don't know. I can't see
Why?
a difference between their game.
Yeah, no, seriously. Ask like the system is rigged.
It's high flying action, Maul.
You said what?
It's high flying action.
The WNBA? No, it is.
No, just Angel. She's a
Yeah,
beast.
she's an angel.
She flies like.
But I mean, he's like, even though Vin Diesel has probably done a few more deeper roles, but it's action shit. Like when have we looked at the action hero to not be the bad actor that just entertains us with a big budget?
Tom Cruise is another guy I think is awful. I think he sucks.
All right, guys.
I think
What are we
Tom is.
talk- what are
I
we
think
talking
Tom
about
is a
then?
little.
Usually
overrated.
I'm the one that shits
He
on
does all
greatness.
his
What are you
own
guys
stunts,
talking
bro.
about today?
I think it's cool that he does all his own stunts and all that, but I still can't get over like his like little man complex and like how much he like overacts. I just don't think it's good.
I do think that Tom is a little overrated to me. I'm not saying he's a bad
You
actor.
guys
He's
seen
a
the
good-
Mission Impossible series?
Did you just see his last movie? Top Gun Maverick is
I watched
amazing.
it with you. You made me
Y'all are
watch it.
tripping. Tom
You
Cruise
made
is
me
a great
watch
actor.
it, and then every time you went to the bathroom, you rewinded it. I know.
Because I went into that thinking, oh God, here's another fucking stinker of a remake. And I was at the edge of my seat the entire time.
I
Maverick is
I
fire.
like that movie.
It was a good movie.
Tom
that.
Cruise is a good actor. We not doing
Nobody
Come
said
on.
he wasn't a good actor. I think he's a
We recorded
phenomenal
it.
actor.
I think you guys just
but
said that.
I also think that he's a little
He's
overrated.
overrated.
They treat him like he's the greatest thing to ever come out of acting, and I don't think that that's true.
I don't know if
But
they
I
treat
did.
Did
him
you
like
cry
that.
during Vanilla Sky? Yes or no?
No, I didn't cry during Vanilla Sky.
When he
yeah.
took the pillow out and saw that it was not Cameron Diaz's titty, but it was really Penelope Cruz's titty, you didn't cry?
I would have cried.
That was American cinema.
Nice titty.
And it was like, I was young. It was the first time like my mom let me watch titties on the screen.
First titties I saw
and it
was
were great titties.
Titanic.
Oh yeah. That was
Oh
probably
yeah,
the
first
time.
titty I saw too.
What's her face?
Great
Kate
titty.
Winslet, right?
Great titty.
Great titty.
I
That was
felt
the first titty you saw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Outside of the
movies-
magazines my dad had, yeah.
Nah,
probably.
my first tits was better than that.
No, you said your
That
first
was-
tits was Queen Latifah in that one
I
movie.
never.
Yes, you
Yeah, you
did.
did.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, you did.
Yes,
Walt
you
was like
did.
30.
When she was
37.
looking in the mirror.
Yo, this is why Damaris was cursed out one day.
Titanic
You think
was
the first
97.
titties I ever saw was Queen Latifah's?
Movies. You said Queen Latifah.
In movies, you think it was Queen Latifah's?
Yeah, no, we're talking about in movies.
The first titties I saw was not Queen Latifah's.
Whose were they?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh,
you
yeah,
did
you
mention
did say
that.
Jamie.
Yeah, but then you said whoopies or something like that.
On The View.
Yo, I'm on The View. Whoopi, her titties. I've
It
never
was a
seen.
nip slip.
You're like, what are you talking about? Nobody's ever seen
Titanic
Whoopi's.
was 90. I
Who
was
has seen
5.
Whoopi's titties?
Maybe you. I don't know. If anyone,
Where
of
would
us
I
in
have
this
seen
room-
Whoopi's
if
titties? At?
anyone, in this
Nobody
room-
has ever seen Whoopi's titties.
If someone on
definitely-
the street came in here and said, if you were to say one person in this room saw Whoopi's titties, they would point. They would guess you.
Because I'm the oldest person in the room.
Didn't she have a love scene in Eddie?
I hope not. And I don't remember that.
She took off her Knicks bomber.
Nah, she's never
I think
had
we're the
one.
first podcast.
You
that
had to
ever referenced
Google that,
Eddie.
Damaris? Whoopi Goldberg has
What?
never pulled a
What,
dick.
did
no,
Mis-
wait, she
Mr. Skin
explains.
pop up?
She explains why she never did one. Yeah, because we were clamoring for one.
Don't
Can we
be
use this?
disrespectful.
If it were appropriate for
Maybe
the
cut this out to
story and
YouTube.
character. You know I'm not taking my clothes off.
Yo, Queen Latifah is so fine.
This is what would happen.
She's very beautiful.
Shoot, boom, boom.
Okay. We would settle for Whoopi's bush.
That's funny.
No, she was
she's saying
saying
her
titty
tits.
I know I'm saying. If she doesn't want to do that, keep your shirt on. Keep it nice and tight. Wired bra. Show a little bush.
I'm cool.
It's
a
like
little whoopee bush.
Miss chokes on
Whoopee
dick
bush.
from
A
SpongeBob.
whooping bush.
Yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis, best titties in Hollywood.
I just want to make it clear
From
that those two
SpongeBob,
over there
South Park,
said the
Jesus.
guy in Jerry Maguire in A Few Good Men is overrated.
I'm not listening to Julian. Well, no, that was Damaris.
But they just act like he's the greatest actor
He's one of the
to
greatest
ever
actors.
exist.
He's one of the greatest
He's
actors.
not.
I don't
He is-
think
He's
so.
as far as an
Tom Cruise?
A-lister.
I
yeah,
think
definitely
he's an
one of the greatest
amazing actor, but I don't think he's one of the greatest actors that
He's not Sean Penn as far as thespians go, but as far
Yeah,
as
we're talking
actors,
great actors.
as far as people that like deliver A-list wise, yes, Tom Cruise may be number one ever.
Box office.
Stop.
He is.
Y'all think Tom Cruise better than Denzel Washington?
No,
We never
not when it
said
came
that.
to acting.
You said number one,
Who said that?
Rory.
As far as the overall, the way we talk about Hove being the best and checks every single box, yes, Tom Cruise may be number one.
Denzel
an
will check every
A-list
single
actors.
box.
Denzel?
I think Tom Cruise has probably done way more numbers than he has.
Well, of course.
We're not talking. See, that's the thing. I don't even want to talk numbers.
That's a big part of
because Tom
A-listers.
Cruise-
That's why we get back to this argument all the
Because
time.
Tom Cruise got
A-listers
locked
have
into a very
to
lucrative
have
franchise. He got locked into a very lucrative franchise. If we're going to discuss just skills of an actor.
He got locked into a. So he just he was an extra on.
No, I'm saying he became
on
the
Mission
face-
Impossible, and he
became the
just stumbled
face of
upon
the-
it.
All right.
He was walking down Sunset that day, and they're like, "Hey, youngster, you want to do Mission Impossible?"
No, but you don't know that Mission Impossible is going to become what it became. I'm
and
sure.
it became what it became because of Tom motherfucking Cruise.
He got a point.
You could say that about James Bond, though. They rinse and repeat new James Bond actors every fucking 10 years.
They have not rinsed and repeated
Yeah,
Tom
they are.
Cruise.
They're on their. What version of Bond are we on? We're about to go
I
trans.
said
with
they
the
have
next
not
Bond.
rinsed and repeated Mission Impossible.
So I'm
Tom
saying
Cruise
they
is still
could. Like
there.
the concept is there. It's just a matter of
He's still doing his
picking
own
a
stunts.
star and giving him the keys to a franchise.
Yeah, but he's still
By the
doing
way,
his own stunts.
Samuel L. Jackson is another actor who tends to play a lot of the same roles. He has differing roles,
Okay.
but he tends to have the same personality in a lot of roles.
Nicolas Cage.
That
Nicolas
doesn't
Cage,
make you a
actually,
bad
Nick-
actor.
Nick has range.
Nicolas Cage is a
Nick has
terrible
range.
actor.
Nicolas Cage might be the worst.
Nicolas
actor
Cage has
ever.
Don't
range.
do that. You guys never seen
He's Nicolas
The
Cage. is-
Family Man?
Who?
You guys never seen The Family Man?
Mm.
I've probably seen that. I can't remember what it was about though. But
Remember
Nicolas
God?
Cage is a terrible actor
No, Nicolas Cage is top 3 worst actors that's ever existed.
of all time.
He has some good movies.
He's
but
the best worst actor you've ever seen.
Leonardo DiCaprio is a better actor than Tom Cruise.
Of course.
actor, yes, without question,
Absolutely.
for sure.
That's what I'm only arguing the
But
acting.
Nicolas
side.
Cage and Brendan Fraser are the 2 worst actors I've ever seen. I fucking-
Oh, I like Brandon
He just won
Fraser.
the Academy Award for The Whale, didn't he?
Yeah,
That's fucked up. He just got his Academy Award. He's saying,
I
course,
grew
I
up
mean,
on
shit.
The Mummy.
Also, one of the worst
oh,
acting.
you grew up on Encino Man.
That's
You
a
didn't grow
great.
up on
The Mummy's a great movie. I
Yo, Julian definitely grew up on Encino Man.
don't even know what that
Wasn't
is.
The Rock in the movie?
No. Oh.
Yo,
Well, he
Julian-
came into it in like the third one. I think.
Yeah.
When was the last time you've seen Encino Man?
That's Julian shit, Encino Man.
Nicolas Cage has maybe 2 good movies. What's the was it The Phoenix or something with Nicolas Cage?
Oh, what was that about?
Like they're in like a futuristic plane and it crashes or some shit.
On fire.
Nicolas Cage got about 4 movies.
It
where
might
he's
be
in a
the
plane that
worst
crashed.
acting example I've ever seen in my life. He's got Gone in 60 Seconds. I'll give him. Lord of War is one of my favorite movies. But after that, I don't really know what Nicky's
Con
doing.
Air.
Con Air.
That's a classic.
No, it's not.
I can't believe you guys
It's so
don't
bad.
remember The
Nobody-
Family Man. The
Face
Family
Off is a
Man was
classic.
No, it's not. Wait, is Con Air the one I'm talking about? The worst acting example ever?
When they was transporting the convicts to another jail, and it went down. I think Tyrese is.
Look
in
at
that,
the
right?
range.
Is it Tyrese in Con Air?
Probably.
It's a black actor / singer in Con Air. They all look.
Yeah, they all look alike, right, Mo?
I think it's Tyrese though.
It's a Wayne's brother.
Now, if you were to say that Tyrese, if you were saying what you wanted to say about The Rock about Tyrese, I would listen.
Tyrese is a better actor than The Rock.
For sure.
Don't do that.
For sure.
To acting? Yes.
Yes.
I don't think that that's true.
What?
I don't think
Tyrese
and I
is a
think
better
Tyrese
actor.
is not. I think Tyrese is a better actor than people give him credit for.
Me
But-
too.
Tyrese is not a bad actor.
I know. That's what I'm
He's
saying.
a better actor than than The Rock. For sure. Tyrese better actor than The Rock.
Whatever.
The Rock is terrible, man.
Yeah, come on. 4 Brothers. Tyrese got busy.
I love Four
Smoke
Brothers.
that.
First of all, in Waist Deep, he had a Rock moment. He crashed a burning car into the Long Beach fucking ocean with 35 cops behind him.
Mhm.
And then the next scene, he was running down a beach in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
So that means he crashed the car with all the cops behind him
Mm-hmm.
into the Long Beach Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And then he swam to Mexico to meet his son for his first day of school. The Rock could never.
I ain't gonna lie. Fast and Furious, when The Rock held that helicopter by that chain, man, I turned that shit off right after that.
But you know that
Not
those
when they went from
movies,
skyscraper to skyscraper in Dubai.
Oh my
bro,
God.
yo,
That was Those movies are
That's
so
the
bad.
point
Yeah,
of
yeah,
those
no, the
movies,
movies
though.
are not bad.
When is the
They're
last
good,
time y'all
still
watched
good
the
movies.
first Fast and Furious?
I'm not gonna
Pretty
lie.
recently.
I think I
It
may
has
have.
nothing to do. Where it's at now is a whole.
You didn't think they were going to become international crime lords?
No, man.
Didn't they go into space?
Yes.
Well, the last one I seen was
How does that work?
7.
Yo,
I think.
their podcast, the way Cole and Ebe is doing it, rest in peace to Paul Walker, but those characters,
Yeah.
if Brian and what's Vin Diesel shit? Dominic. If
Dominic.
Brian and Dominic did their look at back of what we did podcast, like, yo, remember when we were just shutting down the street, quarter mile?
Yeah.
I lived my life a quarter mile at the time, and then we went to space?
Yeah.
That'd be the craziest podcast
Shit
of all
was
time.
wild. Remember we thought our homeboy was dead whole time. He wasn't dead. He came back. His bitch was dead though. Oh my God, bro. Those movies are not bad. They do outlandish
Remember-
shit, but it's a lot like The Rock's acting, right? They know that they're being outlandish. It's done on
Yeah,
purpose.
they've leaned all the way into it.
Yeah.
Fast and the Furious. Because the first 3 are unbelievable, but you know, you can kind of believe it. The
Mhm.
4th one, they were like, fuck this. Let's make a franchise.
Send it.
Let's have Ludacris go to space.
Yeah. It turned into fucking like Star Wars type shit now.
Can you imagine like how famous these guys would be if this was real life? Like the amount of things that they did.
They would be in jail.
They would dedicate BBC to them. Every day just be an update on Dominic Toretto.
They would have been in jail by the 3rd movie.
I can't believe you think
I've been in
Tyrese
jail in the first one.
isn't a better actor than The Rock. That's crazy. The Rock, I like The Rock. But
And his name
You seen
popped
Tyrese
up
in
real
Annapolis? Underrated movie.
quick. And what?
Annapolis.
Never seen it.
Plays a Marine that's in the Navy.
How?
At the end of the movie, the main character like goes through the Naval Academy after Tyrese's tutelage.
Damn, look at these.
And then
I'm sorry.
Tyrese at the end is like, yo, I've been a Marine the whole time, bro.
I didn't know.
I'm going to Iraq.
I didn't know you could cross pollinate.
Yo,
like
look
We
that.
probably can, and I'm just ignorant, but that just made me laugh.
Look at this.
Oh, yeah. By the second one. And Tyrese was so cool with anything Brian wanted to do. Like, I know you're not about to do that. He's like, bro, I'm about to do it. He's like, all right.
He's all right.
Ejectocito, cuz. Yeah. These were,
Oh, this was a great scene, too.
yeah, this was a great, damn. My baby, Paul.
He went out doing what he loved.
Look at this shit.
And then they swan dive into this with perfect form.
If you're listening to audio, we're watching.
Fucking
Fast
Greg
and Furious
Louganis.
scene.
It's a video called "The 15 Most Ridiculous Fast and Furious Action Scenes." All right, come on.
Running
What
up the
fuck
train
is
that's-
this?
Running up a locomotive that's falling. And then the chick that lost her brain
Fire. Oh my God. Those movies are so good, bro. I
All
don't
right,
care.
we can't keep. That's ridiculous. All right, Maul. Are you gonna pay LaMelo's fine?
It's your fault.
It's your fault.
No, LaMelo Ball is just young and dumb.
And balling currently.
Oh no, he's hooping.
You said that last play when he took the shot? Yeah, we loaded up. That's what we wanted.
It's just
That's not even nowhere to even say that.
That's-
like,
that's-
he loaded up.
that's my issue with it, unfortunately.
It's like you
It's just a bad use.
You just y'all just the YNs just be saying and doing shit. It's like that's not even a place to say no homo.
Yeah.
And you don't even say that. You say pause.
You think they
I
find
don't
him
even think it's a
because
pause.
he
It's
appropriately
not.
he didn't use it appropriately. That's why they.
That's why they find him because
Like,
he wasn't supposed to say that. There.
if he would have
give
been
me
like,
150,000.
yo, I got behind him and loaded up, then I'd be like, all right, pause.
Oh, if he said, yo, the D was collapsing.
Pause.
Exactly.
The pause is when you do the offensible shit, but like the no homo is when you calling somebody else out. They playing by the wrong rules.
Yeah.
But nobody even says that no more.
I have not heard no homo
I
in a
haven't
really
heard
long
no
time.
homo.
They don't even say that. He should have got fined for that.
I agree. Because I mean, even like
Cause pause, they wouldn't even caught on.
Pause, he wouldn't have been.
Fucking Shaq and Charles pause every damn night on TNT.
right on the
Shaq be waiting for Charles to say something crazy.
right on ESPN, they were interviewing Spike Lee, and he said he likes dick, and the guy was like, pause.
Oh yeah.
He said it's
Like,
a, he said,
Dick. I
said
like
it's
Frank. I like Dick. What else he said?
He said it's a great
Pause.
great night in New York. I like Frank.
I like Dick. Pause.
That's crazy.
Like Fred, like Dick, you know, the pick.
That polite ass pause. Pause.
The news reporter.
He was like waiting for him to say it. He was like, "Oh, you're not gonna pause. I'm gonna pause you."
And Spike kept talking. Spike didn't even know what he was talking about.
No.
Like, oh, whatever.
But yeah, LaMelo should have been fined.
$100,000.
Shouldn't be saying that.
LaMelo hooping, though.
You got it.
He playing ball. He
What's
hooping.
$100,000 on that contract?
Yeah, I mean, come on, you. Where's he in Charlotte? That was a very very low overhead. Pissing $100,000 right now.
No worrying mouth.
Selling merch before Shopify was such a tough thing. Like, we used to sell it out of the trunks, sell it at our live shows. A lot of merch used to go missing. It was hard to track things, keep up with deliveries and things like that. Now with Shopify, everything is all in one place. We can just set the merch up. People shop, they get it, and we trust Shopify to get it out to our consumers in a timely fashion. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and the not-so-secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout that new Rory and Maul uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Rory Maul. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Rory Maul to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Rory Maul. PSA for anyone who rents. So I'm talking to all of you. If you haven't heard of Built, you're about to thank me. Earning points on rent is now a reality when you pay your rent through Built. You don't even have to check with your landlord to start earning points that you can use toward flights, hotel stays, fitness classes, and even your next rent payment. Let me break it down for you. The thing is, we earn points on groceries, travel, and practically everything else we buy because we're such consumers, but we should also be earning points on rent, one of our biggest monthly expenses. Well, Built changed the game by letting renters earn high-value points on rent and everything around our neighborhoods. There's no cost to join Built, and as a member, you'll earn valuable points on rent and on your everyday spending. Built points can be transferred to your favorite hotels and airlines, and even the ones you haven't heard of. There are over 500 airlines and 700,000 hotels and properties around the world where you can redeem your Built points toward. Start earning points on rent you're already paying by going to joinbuilt.com/Rory Maul. That's JOINBILT.com/Rory Maul. Make sure to use our URL so they know we sent you. Joinbuilt.com/Rory Maul to start earning points on your rent payments today. Shout out to Pusha T, man. Opened up his coffee shop.
Yeah, called grinding.
Yeah,
Fire.
I like that.
Does he dare serve a Pusha T?
Shout out to Pusha T.
You know, Rory wrote that before.
Jada Kiss opened up a coffee
I
shop a
didn't.
few years ago as well, too, right, Jada? I think Jada has a line of coffee and a coffee shop, I believe.
Well, yeah, grinding is a great name for coffee, and I love that he was serving it. That wasn't an entendre, I promise.
I'm surprised he's not just serving Coke.
We're gonna get a lot of bars on this next project. A lot of entendres between coffee and what I was
Coke.
serving before, and
They probably got a powdered
I think we're getting a
donut.
foam reference.
They probably got a powdered donut.
They got
Powdered
to,
donut
right?
would be great.
Just
They
everything's
gotta have
everything's
one.
covered in white
Yeah.
powder.
They only sell espresso in grams.
Mm-hmm.
I like the theme. But I love seeing, artists make this move and then also be so hands-on. Like,
This
you could catch Bun B at a festival serving his burgers at the stand.
Mhm.
Like, I think that shit is really cool. So congrats to him. Love to see that.
That's dope.
Rest in peace to DJ Clark Kent. Maul and I went to his funeral and his repass. It was an amazing, amazing night as far as representing who Clark was.
Yeah.
And it always sucks to see so many faces at times like that, but it is also like gives a little light and reassurance to everything. A lot of great Clark stories. Pusha T did press Maul. That did happen at the repass. I think Clark was smiling,
He did.
watching that entire thing from above.
He
Just
did-
watching Push be like,
he
yo,
didn't press
what's
me.
up, man?
He just said, "What's up?" That was it. Like, shook my head. What's up? Like, all right, cool. But he laughed. Like, we both just laughed at each other. Like,
Mhm.
it's cool. Pushing off, fuck with him, man. That's all.
But yeah, it was definitely a beautiful day in sending Clark off. His wife's, I guess you would call it eulogy, was beautiful.
Yeah. It was a beautiful service, man. Beautiful service.
Stretch from Stretch and Bobbito had an incredible speech. Angie Martinez had an incredible speech. DJ Scratch brought me to tears. Like,
Yeah.
it was just a beautiful night for Clark. And they were filming everything, and I think people know that they have been shooting a Clark documentary.
Mm-hmm.
So I do hope people get to see that beautiful send off, because it was good.
It was a very, very beautiful service.
What Clark deserved.
For a beautiful person, absolutely. Rest in peace to Clark Kent. Also, rest in peace, Chubby Baby.
Yeah.
We lost him a few days after Clark's funeral.
Mhm.
Bronx legend, one of the nicest guys you would ever meet. Definitely had a hand in helping a lot of careers. Made his stamp in Atlanta, helped a lot of the biggest artists out of Atlanta. Anybody that came into contact with Chubby that worked with him has nothing but beautiful things to say about him. Just an all-around great guy, hard worker, always went hard for his team and the people around him. So we want to send prayers and condolences to his family. Rest in peace, Chubby Baby.
For sure. Do we have voicemails?
We do.
You've got mail.
This is a fun one. I think Maul of all people will have a blast.
All right, Joe, I'm going to make my question pretty brief. Calling from the DMV, but I had a question. I already know how I'm going to handle the situation, but I just wanted to preface this by saying I am bisexual.
Maul is who you thought to answer this.
Any initial thoughts, Maul? We got a bi man calling in.
What thoughts do you have, Joe?
Is that a real thing?
Let's
Did
hear
we
more.
come around? Okay. Bi guys can exist. Okay.
Known that I was bisexual pretty much ever since I was in college. I'm 26 now. So it's been a few years since I've come to this realization, but I've never really acted on it until I got to college, or like a little bit post-college. So I've been outside for the last 2 years, mingling with men, women, and all my partners are very receptive to this newfound discovery of mine. But my family, friends, they don't really know. Not that they're homophobic. I just never volunteered that information with them ever before. So no one really knows. I've never really dated anyone or been in a serious relationship with anyone, male or female. I've kind of fucked around.
That's why they know.
But I've always been fairly private with my rendezvous, if you will. But I am wanting to come out now because I'm starting to, mature a little bit more. It's getting colder out. It's cuffing season. So I'm not necessarily looking to settle down. But I do want to be a little bit more honest about who I'm seeing with my family and friends. If y'all were in my situation, how would y'all go about this? What would y'all do? Julian, please, I would love your responses first and foremost as a gay man yourself.
Fuck, I didn't hear that part.
Exactly. I bet you didn't.
Wouldn't have played that voicemail if that was there, huh?
Now you're cutting shit out.
No,
You
let's
want
do
your
a different
response
one.
as a gay man?
No, but the bi stuff, Maul, go.
Well, first of all, your family knows. They may not say it, they may not bring it up to you, but if you haven't ever dated anybody seriously, you got that one uncle, he know. He just like, hey,
You haven't dated anyone seriously.
That's not true.
But for like the pod, we say that.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm in real life. Yeah, my family has met women that I've dated.
Okay.
And people also do call him gay all the time for that exact reason. So he's
Okay.
like
all right.
his
So
point. Is
everything
right.
checks out.
They call me gay because I don't have a girlfriend.
They call you gay because they the story is that you haven't had any serious
mean,
relationships or serious girlfriends.
Anytime I didn't have a girlfriend, that's what my grandmother called me.
Yeah, I mean, but his family knows. I think that you just listen. It's 2024 going into 2025. Gay, straight, that people want to know who you voted for more than your sexuality at this point. They don't even care about your sexuality. That's not as taboo as it used to be. I think anybody that's get upset or is bothered by anyone's sexuality that person is weird, because I don't care what anybody is doing as long as they're a consenting adult. So just let your family know, like, listen, I date women, I date guys too. It is what it is. I don't think it's a tough thing to have to sit around. I mean, you're grown. I don't know, how old did he say he was? Did he say
26?
26 years old? Listen, man, it is what it is at this point. You are who you are. Be proud of who you are. And, let your family know that this is the type of dating scene that you're into. You like men and women.
My gaydar has never been advanced enough to like pick out someone that was bi. And saying that his family knows, I've never been like, that guy's bi. I've had ideas of when men were gay, but bi that's a different level of radar to me. I guess maybe.
Well, you know why it's a different level. You know why I think it's a different level.
Because they're just gay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
I don't think he needs to tell his family anything. If you're not seriously dating and just kind of playing the field, and that's not something that is super serious as far as looking and seeking out a relationship, until that moment comes, what's the point to talk to your family? When I was just fucking around, I didn't go to my mom like, yo, just to let you know, like, I'm fucking mad bitches right now. Like, I never did that. I would tell her when I was taking something serious. Now.
No, but your family never approached you like, yo, you got a girlfriend, you're not dating nobody.
My mom has said, hey, do you find any white women attractive? That was the only time they've come to me.
She asked you that?
One time, yeah.
What did you
She had been drinking. I was
said Margot Robbie.
I was like, hell no.
Margot.
That's not what you said. You did not tell your mom.
No, I said, yeah, I do.
Say Kate Winslet in Titanic.
That popped the whole thing off, and you see where I went.
Margot.
Margot.
Extremely.
Wolf of Wall Street. Jesus.
Duchess of Bayridge.
God damn, yeah.
But if you end up,
clean as my gun,
falling for a guy and you want him to meet the family, then you can have that conversation with your family like, hey, before you meet this person, just to let you know, he's a guy. I'm bisexual. I know you guys have met women of mine in the past, but I also, Mr. October swings from both sides of the plate.
As long as I think the only time you're not staying true to yourself, I'm trying to step on Rory's joke.
The analogy.
I think the only time.
That was a great analogy, no?
The only time you're not being true to yourself is when you pretend to be straight. You don't have to let everybody know that you're bisexual, but you also don't have to pretend to be straight, because pretending to be straight is pretending to be somebody that you're not. But just not telling people that you're bisexual just because it's just none of their business. And also, it also depends on your family, because Maul is saying it's 2024, people shouldn't care. But in some places in the South and some places in rural areas, some people really do not play that gay shit.
City too.
Yeah, but we kind of
talking about like that's all. People don't play about gay shit.
Yeah,
still.
people
like,
do not play that gay shit.
The world's not over that yet.
Yeah.
People hate gay shit.
Especially with men.
But people are gonna hate what they want to hate forever. I'm just saying, like, now it's not as taboo.
Not as taboo, but it is still taboo.
I don't think so.
It definitely is.
Being bisexual is taboo. You just said that you think bisexual people are still.
To be honest, at Thanksgiving, I think that would be a crazier thing to break to the family rather than being like, hey, I'm a gay man.
Yeah.
I really
they don't understand. They can't put you in a box.
I think with a woman, it'd be a little bit less taboo and a bit more understanding. But I think if a 26-year-old man came to Thanksgiving dinner and said, hey, I'm gay, it would be received way better than, hey, I'm bisexual.
They would throw out the
There'd
plates
be
that he used.
way more questions.
They break the plates that he used.
Burn the sheets.
Bury them because it wasn't kosher. Bury that plate
and ride around horses at night.
I don't think he should hide it from his family. I think he's proud. Like, I think it's cool that he's at a place now where he's comfortable with wanting to tell his family. And if that's next for what makes you comfortable, then do that. I don't think you need to like grab a guy and be like, I'm sucking his dick. I'm straight and gay or whatever. Bye.
You don't have to say I'm sucking. See,
But I mean, Rory's point is like, wait till you find that person to
but
bring
you just
home.
find a way to just always.
I don't think he needs to have a person to do that. I think he could just be like, yeah, look, find whichever family member you're more comfortable with.
You cannot just pop up to the family dinner if you're gay with.
If you have like a trusting cousin or a trusting uncle, and they ask you like, yo, what's going on with the dating scene? You're 26. Like, I know
There you go.
you're in your 20s, whatever. That could be a moment to be like, hey, unc, just let you know, like, yeah, I'm out there right now, but I have a lot of options. It'll be like, why do you have a lot of options?
This must be.
That's how the conversation's gonna go. If you think that's how the
because I'm picking from both sides.
Yeah, I know.
I have the whole population.
The conversation is not gonna go like
he
that.
should find that one older or a cousin, but like an older adult figure in his family that he knows is like cool and would be easy to break the ice with.
It got to be a female cousin, a female in your family.
Hopefully, best case scenario. I mean, I don't know his parents' situation, but best case scenario would be like go to your mom and be like,
because all right, he's 26.
Hey, ma, this is
his parents are probably in their 50s, 60s, right? Early 60s, maybe, right?
Depending.
I just feel like they grew up in the time too where that shit is just like, it's like, okay, like we ain't tripping. Like, I just feel like that energy is kind of fading out because, again, we see it all the time. Everybody, workplace, and
people are quieter about it.
I was gonna say, you would think racism would fade out. So everybody's like, yeah, racism is gonna be eradicated because no, people teach hate. Hate is passed down generation through generation.
No, for sure. And that's why it's never going to be completely like obsolete. It's always going to be people that's going to be kind of like, weirded out about somebody being bisexual or gay or whatever. But I just feel like it's not as prevalent as it used to be. I feel like it's more like, I feel like he'll tell his family, they'll be like, nigga, you think we didn't know that? Like, go sit your ass down in the living room. We don't give a fuck.
To Damaris's point, there's a great A-lister Chris Rock analogy with that. They changed the Triborough Bridge to the RFK Bridge. Nobody calls that shit the RFK Bridge unless you just got here.
Mm-hmm.
There's deep-rooted history, and everyone is going to continue to call that shit the Triborough Bridge. Just because you rename it doesn't mean we've all just decided that's what it is now.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with racism and homophobia.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you change the laws or people are supposed to act a certain way doesn't mean people are not passed down generational hate for shit.
No. Generational hate is passed down. I just feel like it's not as much as it used to be. I feel like a lot of those people are much older. Just the generation now obviously is the most outspoken, vocal about sexuality than it's probably ever been, which is why I don't think it's as taboo as it once was, because you see sex and sexuality everywhere.
I do think bisexual males is still in that taboo category. I don't think that's as accepting as gay men. I'm just talking about from my view.
Women aren't the kindest to them either. When you guys said pick a woman, women tend to take
you see
bisexuality as
I'm saying
we talk about that.
I'm saying
plenty
a
of times.
relative though, not just some random girl. I'm talking about a relative, like one of your female cousins that you know is cool. She's probably gay, like
when you
that was what I was looking for. You got a gay cousin. Find the gay cousin and like y'all link up and bond, like so that they can help you walk you through that, how to deal with that. And you good?
That's like the power up thing.
You also the gay cousin, nigga.
He's doing the YMCA.
You also the gay cousin.
Nah, I definitely have a gay cousin. He'll never come out though.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, why you out him? Because I'm sure everybody knows.
The family knows. Yeah, I don't think.
Exactly my point here.
Yeah.
The family always knows. They always know.
It was for Kendall's re-election. So you'll be quiet with that gay shit.
You get my brothers
Can't have the gay
mixed up all the time.
What is it?
Antonio's
yeah.
Oh, Antonio.
The one who sounds Italian.
Yeah. Antonio was like, "Yo, don't come to this rally.
Keep that shit over there.
Keep that shit in the house, man. Don't come to this."
But yeah,
we're left. We ain't that left.
Yeah.
I feel like you know your family dynamic better than we do. Find the person that you can trust, and if this is heavy on your heart, like you feel like you're hiding something, then come out. But if you don't feel like you're hiding something and it doesn't make you uncomfortable, then don't feel the need to quote unquote come out.
Or if you end up dealing with a guy and like him, then have that conversation. But if you just fucking, you don't have to tell your family about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't tell. I'm bisexual, but there's family members like not in my immediate family. Outside of my immediate family, they don't need to know that unless I decided to bring a woman home. Then I would have to explain, oh, this is why Shorty's here. But other than
your
that,
family don't know you bisexual?
My immediate family does.
Oh, okay.
The family, like my aunts and stuff, don't know that.
What if they're pop
They
fans?
know. Aunts, they know. Aunties know everything. Aunties is just like older sisters.
I don't think they know. I'm very private with my life, so I don't think they know. And they only see men that I've brought home, so they wouldn't know that. They don't know much about me.
You think they would care?
No, I don't think they would care.
Exactly.
No.
Nobody cares, bro.
All of my sisters are bisexual.
That's a secret to
My
life.
mother's
Nobody
bisexual.
cares. People act like they care. People don't give a fuck. Nobody cares. They don't. They act
Certain
like
states.
they don't give a fuck.
We live in New York, so we tend to think that people don't care about a lot of shit that they do.
Even in
Care
New
about.
York.
I will take you to Bayside, Queens.
I was
They
going to
care.
say, you don't have to go that far. They'll care.
Have you been in Long Island lately?
What murder?
Exactly. You think that guy is really into LGBTQ rights? He's not.
What girlfriend? He's gay.
Julian, play the next
He
voicemail,
sucked the
please.
dick.
He sucked
He
the
liked
dick.
the-
He's gay forever.
Yes. Do we have another voicemail?
So there's final thoughts on him real quick.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we
We
said
gave it to him. Yo, take
Pause.
your ass out the closet. Nobody cares, man.
closet see-through, baby.
Yeah, closet wide open. That shit
I
got
can
to.
tell by his voice and that voicemail. Love you.
Yeah, it's all good.
See, Gator is down.
Yo, Rory Maul, the marriage, Julian. What's up, man? I have a question. Rory, you can't really answer because you ain't got no siblings. But my mom, I feel like my mom be like favoriting my sister over me sometimes. And I'm gonna explain why. Because I feel loved at home. I do. I do feel very loved and appreciated, but there be some times where I just be looking at stuff that my mother do, and I just be like, all right,
Dude.
like
This kid be going through it in
you
every
kinda
aspect of his
raising my
life.
sister a little bit. Like right now, my sister goes to Alabama State University. She's Miss Alabama State. You know what I'm saying? We all went down there for homecoming or whatever. It was a beautiful time. But I just be feeling like the way my mother be looking at it, she just be like glazing just a little bit. Just a teeny bit.
Pause.
Because like
Pause.
she posts my sister like every other day. And I get it.
Oh, it all makes sense. Mother eye, mother eye, mother eye. I get it now. This gentleman has been calling with female issues for about a year now.
Mm.
He's always chasing a chick that doesn't like him. It all makes sense now.
He's gay?
No.
Oh.
He has mommy issues. His mom doesn't love him like his other siblings, and he continues to chase women that have proven that they want nothing to do with him. Remember that chick that canceled on the date and he still like went and paid and like all that other shit? He has mommy issues.
Oh, okay.
He's been giving us voicemails for a year now.
He's been giving the breadcrumbs.
And every time he's chasing a woman that no longer likes him. You can keep playing it. Wow.
Sorry, I'm trying
Finally,
to
we got to the root of this problem.
Yeah.
It only took 10 voicemails.
I think I found his sister. All right, let's keep going.
You're sick.
What?
He searched it first.
Yeah, he said it.
My sister had to do a pageant to be in there. My mom big in the pageants or whatever. My sister also, you know what I'm saying, is a Delta. My mom crossed a Delta back in 2002. You know what I'm saying? So like I get it, but it's still like
All right, well, go be a Delta.
sometimes I
then.
be feeling like, dang, bro, I don't be getting this love. Like when I was campus activities board president, I ain't get this love.
That's boring.
When I became a Q, I ain't get this love.
Oh, that's
like,
crazy,
I just
though.
wanted to know if y'all ever felt like that with y'all family.
If your mom
I love
is
my
a
mom,
Delta,
though. Like don't get it twisted though.
if your mom is a Delta and you became a Q and she didn't love that, that is kind of weird. But you're not in a pageant, bro. Go get in a
sometimes
pageant.
Women just bond more with women shit.
Yeah, like it's your sister. Like,
And you know what's so funny? Usually women like the mommy's boys is like a thing. That's like a thing. Usually mothers love their son more. So the fact that the daughter is getting love is like actually really dope. For real, that's not
At the expense of his feelings.
You to pile it onto him.
He'll be all right.
He had to sacrifice for all the other daughters out there.
Your mom loves you. She just bonds more with your sister. I mean,
I guess it
I
goes
know
with
that
her
feeling though,
interests.
because I'm not my mother's favorite child either. So
how you know that?
Oh, the whole family knows. We all know. We joke about it.
What's the how? What do you mean?
I'm my father's favorite child, though, so it doesn't matter.
So she resents and goes to the other siblings.
She always treated my little
You the
sister.
oldest, right?
No, well, for my father's kids, I am the third child. But for my mother's kids, I am the oldest. So yes, I was treated like the oldest daughter because I was raised in a house where I was the oldest daughter.
Got it.
But no, my little sister is. I'll be like doing my hair or like doing my makeup, and my mom will be like, "Well, you know, Tylin went out yesterday, and like she just looked at me." I'm like, "Ma, okay, she ain't even on the phone right now. Like, why are you talking about how good she looked yesterday?"
And your little sisters have the same father, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to think maybe it was a resentment of the father thing, and she
I
likes their father better.
I think it's a resentment thing because I was always like my father's baby, and I think growing up, like it was just kind of like she's a daddy's girl, she's a daddy's
Yeah.
girl. So But yeah, your parents, it's not that she loves her more, it's just that she probably likes her more. And that's okay. That's okay. It doesn't mean she loves her anymore. She just likes her more.
What age were you when you had that human conversation with your parents?
That I wasn't my mother's favorite? Oh, I knew that young. We had that conversation young. My mother always said, no, I don't play favorites. I don't play favorites. Now that we're older, we all joke. She'll still say, I don't play favorites, but like everybody knows that she has a favorite. But it doesn't bother me because I know it's not a love thing. It's just a connection, like thing.
Do you think your mother likes you or your sister better?
Definitely.
It depends on the day.
I think so too.
Yeah.
You think she likes my sister better?
Yeah.
I mean, she moved to go be with her.
You call my sister.
She ain't moved to your apartment.
I'm gonna call my sister and just ask her real quick because it's funny that y'all just jumped to that.
And while you try to get her on the line,
She's not gonna agree though.
when Hard Knock Life came out, I know who your father's favorite was, and it wasn't you.
But show.
It was definitely Biggs.
Oh, she probably at work. Yeah,
Or she probably chilling with your mom.
I also think your nephew probably has a lot to do with your sister being the current favorite. I think
Yeah,
if
just
you
by
have a
proxy.
kid, it might
Oh
switch.
shit, she was about to answer and I hung up. Hold on, call her right
Yeah.
But let's say like without his nephew.
Make sure you hold the speaker at the bottom to the.
Yeah.
Yo, quick question.
Bottom of the phone.
I'm on the pod recording real quick, and a conversation came up. I just want you to answer it real quick. Who do you think mommy loves more, me or you?
She loves us both the same.
Oh, so her. Unless it was a clean cut,
Who do you
it's
think
definitely
likes?
her.
Who do you think she likes
In
more?
hindsight,
Who does she
y'all
like
have a
more?
dis-
Who does she like more?
You.
Wow.
The whole room said that she likes you more. So I was like, that's interesting. Let me call her and see what she thinks.
Oh, hell no.
She likes me.
Definitely likes you more.
Okay.
But then that may be because you spend more time with her. And like Maul is this figurative, like, oh, what's he up to type
Yeah,
thing.
she misses
Can't wait
Maul.
to catch up with Maul.
Yeah,
Like,
she misses Maul. She don't miss you.
Maul and my mother actually spent way more time. Like,
Yeah, because my sister
Then
went away to
me and my
college
mother.
and shit. So she was gone like for a while.
I was in
Then
the
then she was in the
military,
military for
college,
years. Yeah.
okay. I still don't believe
nah,
it.
he's just the better like child. But I know that she loves us equally, but she likes him more.
Thank you for that, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Maul
I just
do-
thought I-
Maul
just
do
thought I'd
act
put it
like
out
a
there, you know
mommy's
what I'm saying?
boy.
So you know what I mean? I'll call you later, you heard?
That's not even how you talk to your sister.
That's weird.
That is how I talk to her.
I don't know. I'm still going with your sister, especially now with your nephew.
Oh, she loves him. Forget it. My nephew he's the one now.
It's a star.
I know, yeah.
You don't even exist.
yeah. My nephew.
Well,
he's
that's what I
the
was
star.
thinking. Like sometimes to our caller's question, sometimes this shit can be like life. It can be like up and down. Like currently, it's her because of the pageantry stuff, the Delta stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and then at some point, you might do something where, like, you know, she connects.
No, I ain't
more
say he
with
said
what
he
you're
crossed.
doing.
He crossed Q though. He was a Q. He said he didn't get that same love.
But you don't know if he was paper, if he was made. Like his mom maybe resent him if he didn't, get down the right way.
Yeah.
Might be looking at my son like, all right,
Like, yeah, you down, but you ain't.
don't wear that purple shit around me. You're not. But I have some harsh advice for him. I respect this guy because he calls us all the time and is very open about all the problems he has. The last one, I believe, the dating, he didn't have any money. I like that he was upfront with the young lady.
Mhm.
That he had no money to really do a proper date. Can you give me some time? Do some shit with your life, man.
Mhm.
Maybe there's nothing that your mother can be proud of. I'm sure she loves you to death, but your sister is doing things to at least repost on Facebook.
Mhm.
I don't know if
Damn.
like sometimes people need to hear that when your parents are looking at you a weird way. Go do some shit.
Yeah.
You're not doing anything. And he's been very vulnerable. I'm not saying he's not working on himself and trying to get opportunities. I respect that
Is that?
and understand that. But you've called before and said you didn't have certain shit going on and you was in a weird place, which I respect and understand. But maybe she doesn't have anything to repost and be proud of.
What's the point of being in a fraternity if you ain't making money off it? That's like being like when you see homeless white men. I'm not giving you $1. You had like a leg up.
He's an addict.
There is a homeless white guy that hangs around these parts that's missing an arm, and he is terrifying.
Because he's missing an arm?
It's just like unexpected.
Do you ever ask him what happened to his arm?
No, I never.
Is he in a fraternity?
But why not though? Why? I think we should do that more.
If you saw him, is not the person
I don't
you want
think we
to
should do that.
interact with.
No, what? I talk to homeless people all the time.
No, he's not like that kind of. He's like,
It's like mental illness.
he's tough.
Okay.
Yeah,
The arm is the least of the worries.
he looks like a zombie. It's like the Call of Duty zombie, like
He's
running
mental,
at you and shit. He's like got a bunch of tattoos. It's weird.
Maul, would you pledge Kappa?
No.
Your guy is now part of the frat.
Who's that?
Jerry Lorenzo.
Shout out to Jerry Lorenzo, man.
Founder of Fear of God. And from my understanding, I heard he did it the right way. Welcome to the bond, sir. I cannot wait to see what the Kappa apparel looks like now, because we got one of the greatest designers ever. Our group chats amongst my chapter, all of New Jersey, all of New York, were on fire when we saw that. One, he crossed.
Give me the sweatsuit. I know I can't wear the symbols, but just give me a sweatsuit or something.
And two, he did it the right way. And I want to give you some advice, Jerry, as a older bro, but younger in as far as the world goes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let any of these noobs get in your head. You don't owe them a bunch of Fear of God para. You don't. The bond is the bond. Diggs is Diggs. We all love each other.
Yeah.
Bro, do not open those DMs. You don't have to give every noob a sweatsuit.
Right.
But you got to give Rory one. Rory definitely wants one.
If you give me a link to buy one, I would buy one.
Yeah.
I don't need a free package.
Shout out to Jerry Lorenzo.
I buy my Fear of God shit.
He's definitely one of my favorite designers. I've always talked about him.
Then within 1 week, because that blew my mind. But I did love Jerry's story of he was online when he was in college. It didn't work out, which happens often to a lot of people, unfortunately. Then they go alumni, but his career took off.
Yeah.
But that was something he still wanted to accomplish. I commend him. I think that's a beautiful story. Was on a high thinking like, damn, maybe Maul will now pledge. I opened my phone yesterday. Ed Reed.
Shout out to Ed Reed.
He's a noob.
The legend.
And I heard he did it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, who the fuck put Ed Reed in the cut?
That's hilarious.
What? Who had the balls
Ed
to do that?
Reed? Yeah.
Who was wrestling for... All right. I just need to talk to whoever pledged Ed Reed and like give them a handshake.
Yeah.
I would have been terrified the whole time. That's amazing.
That's dope.
And I love that these guys are doing it the right way.
Shout out to Jerry Lorenzo. Shout out to Ed Reed. And shout out to your frat brothers.
And I love that our famous bros did it the right way. There's no like, we just giving you the shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only frat that does that. Everyone else just hands out fucking initiations. Like, Shaq, you're a Q.
Yeah. No, I think Shaq really...
Oh, no, it was Jordan. No, I think Jordan really got down. Shaq, they made an honorary member. And I'm not shitting on Qs. I love Qs. Happy Founders Day, by the way.
Shaq is an honorary member? He went to LSU, so I figured he did it when he was...
No, I think Shaq way later on. They do like this honorable member type thing.
Okay.
Where they just... Sometimes they do it when people die. And I never understood that. The Alphas made Frederick Douglass Alpha after he died. And I know my white face shouldn't be saying it. It just confused me. I'm like, no one checked if he wanted to be one.
Yeah, y'all just put him. Y'all
just called dibs.
Yeah, like
that's weird.
Then what that person should Kappa claim?
No, that's like in our. We don't do that shit. We're the only frat that doesn't do it. You're not about to just be one.
It's just weird.
One day
he's dead, and now
like,
you're just like, oh, he's with us.
But also, I think it's weird, like when they just give out, like, oh, he's doing some shit. Let's ask him if he just wants the letters.
Mm-hmm.
What fraternity claimed Diddy? I know one of y'all had to.
I don't know if I've ever heard anything. I'm sure Diddy was tapped in. No pun intended, at Howard. But to throw parties at a place like Howard's, you had to be tapped in with all the frats and sororities.
So it says he was never officially affiliated with a fraternity.
Okay.
And in June 2024, the Howard University Board of Trustees unanimously voted to revoke his honorary degree. So he never actually finished his degree there. He was given one, and then they said, nah.
So they took everything, the key to the city, his honorary degree.
Took it all. They covered it all in baby oil and
see, that's why you got to earn your own shit, because anything what's taketh can be giveth away. Or giveth can be taketh away, whatever.
Yeah, that's what Daffy Duck said.
Fuck.
November 22nd, we will be in Atlanta.
Yes.
Tickets available now, newrorymall.com. And then we'll be in New York City, Gramercy Theater, December 14th to end out the year and start the holiday season. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing the beautiful people once again.
Yeah, I'm really excited to go to Atlanta this week.
Yeah, Atlanta's always a good time, man. There's good people down there.
Always makes me feel better when I'm
Show's always good energy. Looking forward to seeing some familiar faces and some new faces. Tickets available now, newrorymall.com. And yeah, man, glad you're back. Glad you're back safe from LA.
Yeah.
Made sure that the guys had eyes on you. The guys had eyes on you. Make sure you were safe.
So every corner I took,
it was somebody right behind you. You ain't even know it. Just make sure my guy was safe out there, man. We'll be back in a couple of days to talk to y'all. Be safe. Be blessed. I'm that nigga. He's just Ginger. Peace.